Blue fishing here. Out here at the lake/river. Catching some big trout. All right. Here we are. About to catch some big trout. Big trout season here. Northern California. We're slamming the big ones today. Two fish already. Oh, there goes the float. Floating a night crawler out here in this little river part that enters the lake. Whole lot of trout in here. I think they're spawning. It looks like they're getting ready to spawn, which is interesting. Spawning season usually February, March. Stock trout seem to have their own rhyme and rhythm, though. They really are a hard thing to understand. It's going to be a super fishy kind of day. Oh yeah, just saw big fish jump. Just saw big fish jump. Trying to catch one of them monster 30-inch trout. I know they're out here. Nice to break my personal best. Good morning, all. We're here, sky blue fishing style, Northern California. Lots of big, beautiful trout out here. Caught two already on the night crawler. Drifted a night crawler down. Trying for my personal best, trying to beat the 28-inch. Oh, missed a bobber down. That was a bobber down. My float went down. My float went down. Here comes the float. So you guys can see it. I wonder if the worm's still there. Worm is still there. Worm is still there. Missed it by that much. Come on, fishies. Oh man, there are some amazing fish in here right now. Watching these giants jump all around me. Got two fish already. Just started fishing about 20 minutes ago. Looks like it's going to be a fishy kind of morning. Kept one. It was a beautiful hen. That's about 16, 17 incher. Real thick, big, plump girl. But the swallowed the hook real bad. So I took it out and I let her sit in the net for about 5 minutes to see what she could do. She said, I'm ready to go with you. So I was like, all right, into the smoker we go. I think I cooked up about 8 pounds. I'd say, yeah, about 8 pounds of fillets in the smoker yesterday. Big trout fishing here. Big trout fishing, Northern California style. Trying to get them big ones. Come on, fishes. Let's get a giant fishy, shall we? Big giants, shall we? Colleen! Good morning, Cindy. Oh, the sun's just starting to come up, huh? Looks really beautiful on my screen. Yeah, I hope you all are doing really well today. Happy early Memorial Day. Things are just starting to come alive around here in our town. Oh, absolutely, huh, Cindy? It's very blessed. I come out here about 5 a.m. All the birds are singing. They're just waking up. It's so amazing to get greeted by such, about 6 or 8 different style birds. I like to just sit and listen to them for a while, watch the last bit of the moon. Some beautiful planet that's been close to the moon, been moving around, if you will. Oh, big fish! I just saw a giant fish jump. I don't know my astrology well enough to tell you what planet it was, but boy, it's been beautiful to watch. I was out here a couple nights ago, and it was to the left of the moon, and I went out here today, and that planet was real far to the right of the moon, but it was the only thing up in the sky. Back Mountain, good morning. Trying to slam the big trout. I got 2 already, guys. Oh, gotta fix my line. I'm float fishing. Basically using the steelhead technique. Oh, there's those beautiful birds I was telling you guys about. My guys might be able to hear them, unless that noise cancellation stuff quiets it. Looks like the trout are coming into this part for breeding. It seems like a few of the hens I've caught have early developed eggs, little teeny spawn sacs. The males are just starting to get their development going. It's kind of interesting this time of year. I wouldn't have expected it, but I always welcome a bunch of eggs because I cure them and I use them for steelhead fishing usually. Oh, good. I'm glad you could hear it. That's that cute little bird. I don't know his name, but he likes to hang out on the surface of the water. He's kind of like a little mud guy. And when I come out, they're like sitting right on the water's level. They'll fly up to like these logs and everything. They're a really cool bird. We got a bunch of different jays around here. We have a stellar jay and we have a scrub jay. Scrub jay just kind of looks like a blue jay kind of little guy, but he's kind of got gray with him and stuff, but he's not a true like blue jay or bluebird. A scrub jay, he's really cool. And then a whole bunch of different. Oh, that might be a fish. Yep, that's a fish, guys. We got a fish. Oh yes, got us a fish. Oh, it's flapping, tail flapping. Oh yes. So some of those birds, those scrub jays, they made a nest right by our house. Fish on, fish on. Oh, he realizes he's caught now. It always happens. Looks like a boy. The boys are all colored up right now. The hens are all silver. The boys got this beautiful red stripe. Well, those scrub jays that put a nest basically right there in our house. I got a couple bird feeders out, and so they raised a beautiful group. I think one of them stayed. I think one of the little birds stayed around. And so there's this one little scrub jay that he's the friendliest thing ever. He'll fly right next to me. I was working in the garden and he flew and landed like 3 feet next to me on this little post and just sat there. So yesterday I was out messing around with some strawberries and some parsnips, and he flew down again, and I think he tried to land on my shoulder because his wings started flapping and hit my shoulder. Scared the heck out of me. I was like, what's that? And then he stopped and landed on this post about a foot away from my shoulder. But I felt the wings smack in my shoulder. I was kind of startled. I was like, what is this blue scrub jay trying to do? But I honestly think he was trying to land on my shoulder. He's a really cool guy. Then I saw him on the bird feeder, and I walked up about 2 feet next to him, talking to him. Oh, fish. Yeah, let me get that hook out. Come on. Let me get the hook out, and I'll show you guys the fish. He's a pretty little boy. About maybe 16 inches. Not the biggest. Oh yeah, you bit that hook, didn't you? Oh yeah, you bit that hook good. You bit that hook good, didn't you? All right, let's show everybody you. Oh, he's a pretty boy. Look at that boy. Look at this boy fish. Beautiful red stripe. He's all colored up. All colored up. That's me. Got a little bit of a kite jaw. Woohoo! Let him go. Let him go. Let him go. Duck. Kick him in. Oh, I'm glad you guys saw the fish. Pretty fish. Beautiful fish. Beautiful fish. All right, all right. So yeah, the birds around here have been really interesting. I really love birds. They're my friends. But that little guy, that little scrub jay, that likes to hang out around my yard, and he likes the suet stuff that I give him. That bird seed that's mixed with tallow. Oh, he loves that stuff. The different woodpeckers come down for that stuff like crazy too. I forget what they're called. They're not quite woodpeckers. They're the ground ones. Woohoo! Oh yeah, I'm glad you guys saw the colors on that trout. That was a beautiful, beautiful trout, huh? Let's go get us another one. Let's get one of them big ones. Let's get us one of them big ones. That's fish number 3. Uh-oh. I might be messing with my float. They're stocked up in here. Not stalker fish, don't get me wrong. They're all holdover. They were probably stocked 2 years ago, 3 years ago, that kind of deal. I'd say they're looking like 4-year-old fish. It's really challenging to understand the breeding of rainbow trout. I look them up and it says one thing, and then it says that they're supposed to breed, during the spring, and then I'll catch them out here, summertime, and they'll be full of eggs. Talked to the local hatchery guy. He said, yeah, it just kind of happens with hatchery fish. They don't know what to do. Yeah, absolutely. Colors are amazing. Like right now, this time of year, the boys start coloring up. It's amazing. You get this beautiful red color to them, and the females are all silvery. It's like steelhead. Feels like steelhead fishing. Just sitting here with a float, letting it out, reeling it in. I'm gonna take a break after today because this is day 7 in a row. I'm up to 35 fish now in the last 7 days. Big fish too. My body feels it. My wrist is very tired of reeling. Well, the way I've always done it is you take advantage of the seasons, and the fish are here, so I'm gonna take advantage of them. A lot of people that enjoy it. So I cook them up, smoke them up. Last night I made a beautiful meal for my daughter and myself. So I put about 10 pounds of fillets into the smoker. Used hickory, a little bit of mesquite for the wood chips yesterday. I did like a tamari teriyaki, sweet teriyaki style marinade. Oh, it was delicious. So sauteed up some broccoli and some butter, and made some rice. And I have a bunch of basil plants. So I went out and got a bunch of fresh basil leaves, chopped them up, crushed up some pine nuts, mixed a little bit of oil in that. It was kind of a thick chop. It wasn't like a grind for like a real pesto. So, we drizzled that over the fish. It was absolutely amazing. Oh, I think I missed a float down, guys. I was looking at something. Yep, got him. Got him that time. Got him, got him, got him. That's fish number 4. Fish on, fish on. He's getting me some food. Yeah, he's pulling some drag. I always like it. Once you get them, once they see you and land, oh, then they freak out. Like he's going to do the freak out here in a second. Oh, yep, there comes the freak out. Woo! Here comes, wow, yeah, jumper. Hopefully you guys saw that jump, man. That was cool. He did the jump. The big boy. Woo! Whoa, yeah. Yesterday, I had 2 jumpers. Actually, I had one this morning. And he jumped and got the hook off. It was perfect, man. It was right here at the edge. It was a nice big boy. And the boys are a little bit skinnier. I like to keep them big hens. Yeah, glad you got to see it. Woo! Woo! He's tail flapping. He's not. Oh, he's pulling drag again. He's pulling some serious drag. He's 10 feet away. Get back here, boy. You tired yet? Well, no, he's not. Oh, man. He's got attitude. Well, he's jumping over here. Oh, this is why I love the fishing, man. These guys are fun to catch. Oh, yeah. It's like steelhead catching, basically. Our rivers out here, 2 of the local rivers. Whoa, there's a big fish. There's a chunk. All right, I got you free. Let's go show the world who you are. Yeah, you're chunks. You're a female, actually. I'm sorry. You're not a male. Yeah. You're just a colorful one, but I think you're a female by the way you're chunks. Look at chunks here. Talking about 19-inch fish. I think this is a female, y'all. But she's big, chunky, beautiful, weighs a couple pounds. There's a big fish. Beautiful fish. But I want something even chunkier. Say bye-bye, everybody. I'm out. Woohoo. We out. We out. That's how it's done. That's how it's done. Woohoo. That's how it's done. Let's go get some more. Let's go get some more. I think I brought a ton of worms today. I found that these fish really enjoy a full worm. No little worm. No half a worm. They want the whole night crawler. And then they just power hit it. Bam! That whole worm goes down. Pow! I get lip hooks most times, so it's super easy to undo. I think I've had 3 guttural hooks, and it was still kind of in the tongue area. It wasn't like power bait or when I got night crawler and marshmallow, where this thing is 2 inches down their throat. Let's go do it again. Let's go do it again. Let's go do it again. All right, what's up here? Technical difficulties, had to figure the line out. There's a lot of fish in here. A lot of fish in here, y'all. Thank you, big, beautiful fish. Floats a little close. Trout catching, trout catching, catching the trout. I was like, oh, today be a beautiful day to go live. It's already mosquito. It's already about 50-ish out, close to 50. Took my hat off for a few minutes because it was warming up. The mosquitoes were like, oh, I get you. I'm going to get you. Let's hope for a big, big biggie. That was a beautiful fish. That was a beautiful fish. Anytime you fish, in lakes or different rivers. It just takes a while to understand the patterning of the fish and what they do in their habits, their spring, summer, winter habits, where they like to go, where they migrate to, what they do. This this lake gets stocked maybe once a month or so, and ooh boy, that was a nice fish that jumped out there. I've seen them stock at 18-inch fish, real biggies, and just full of eggs. And one time, I don't know, maybe their hatchery just had too many big fish or whatever, but I'd never seen anything quite like it. I filled up a huge container of eggs. The meat is not good when they bring those in. The fish are kind of like zombie fish. I feel bad. They'll end up having a lot of sores on them. Their mouth looks like it's been hurt pretty bad from bumping into things. But they will put some pretty big fish in here. There's fish that are 27-pounders. That's the biggest caught out of here. So I'm always hopeful that some big tank is happening to be swimming by, and I might just hook into a 20-pound fish at any second. I don't want a 20-ounce fish. I'd rather have a 20-pound fish. But I was taught to be happy. You get what you get. You don't throw a fit. You get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. Was getting a little interesting. Just catch it. Oh, there was a nice little fish jumping. They stocked the lake in a few areas. Oh yeah, no worries, Cindy. I appreciate you for being around. I do that a lot too. I just sit and listen. I was listening to Chaos. Watched his watched one of the lives that he did because I didn't catch it. But I just sat there and listened for a few hours. It's fun. As long as someone is talkative and I enjoy what they're talking about, it's always a blast. I watched Dave Fishy Redmond, and he talks for a while, and another guy named G-Man, and he's great. Cindy, I was listening to for a couple hours yesterday. She's had a lot of great things to say. It's just like I don't know, I was raised on the radio. And so it's just like story time on the radio, just listening to a good DJ. As long as it's engaging. That's what I enjoy about a nice fishing channel. People will take the time to answer your questions, may educate you a little bit about the fishing. I watched Thunderstruck, and Justin was just doing a hike the other day. It was cool. He was just stopping and reading different signs to us, talking about the fauna and the different animals they had around there and everything like that. It was cool. Oh, yes. That's the good time to look. Yeah, I think I had fishy things on yesterday for like 3 hours, almost 4 hours, it seemed like. Turned it on. I was out here fishing by myself. I just wanted a personal day. Takes energy out of me to do YouTubes. So it's like sometimes I want those personal fishing days to recoup energy, not to expend energy. And I think I started watching fishy things at like 6:30 in the morning, my time. That's great. Then when I was home cleaning up fish and getting ready to, I was marinating fish and everything. I was like, wow, I've been listening to this boy for almost 4 hours. It's been fun watching some of these channels grow. I was on Fishy Things when he got his first troll in. This guy named Nick. He liked to talk dumb little questions like, do you like meatloaf? It was great. It was great, man. It was funny troll kind of stuff. It was nothing like pushing boundaries like some people like to do. It was just kind of goofus trolling. Oh, it was great. Yeah. I missed that hit. Bobber went down twice. Float went down twice right there. Yes, I bounce back and forth. I'm a sports guy, so it's basketball season right now. It's playoffs, so in the evening, sometimes I'll be watching the games. And there's certain. I have another YouTube channel for my own personal listening and enjoyment. I'll watch current affairs kind of stuff on there. I like police car chases, so I got a few of these things that I'll get a notice. Car chase going on in LA or something. I'll watch like the Y Files and cute little sci-fi based. I like sci-fi based shows. So then when I'm taking a break from YouTube, I'll be on like watching The Expanse or really cool sci-fi based shows. Used to watch Star Trek, Stargate, a lot of that stuff. So, and then I'll watch little comedies here and there, little Modern Family kind of things. Like I've always enjoyed a little sitcom. Seems like I can manage half a day of fishing stuff, and then I'm like, all right, time to change the channel. And I'll turn it on to like a sports podcast or I like Bigfoot stories. So there's a bunch of these cool guys. Camping with Chris is one of them. Every few days he does a YouTube, and he'll have some cool kind of Bigfoot story for like half hour, maybe an hour if he has a real good one about encounters that people have had. Those are blasts because I do a lot of gardening and a lot of work where I can just have my YouTube on in the background. Yeah, exactly. I really love it. I live here in Mount Shasta. I just watched one on outdoor disasters yesterday, and it was based on Mount Shasta. This guy named Carl that disappeared here in 1999. But it's one of the most paranormal, metaphysical experienced places in the whole world, or especially the U.S. here in Mount Shasta. There's never a dull moment. You get a lot of a big variety of spiritualists here. All kinds of people, from your sound healers to people that believe in telos, and they lead like guided meditation trips to take people inside the mountain. Till we get, there's a thing called Ascension Rock up there that people believe, tends to help you ascend. It's crazy. People will go, they'll charge a couple $100 for a big tour, and then they'll take you around all these places. Sometimes the spiritual people, they get, I hang out with them, a lot of them, and sometimes they'll get real serious, and I'll use humor just to lighten up the mood, because it's like, oh yeah, it's all fun and games, everything isn't that serious in life. And so I was teasing them about their Ascension Rock once, and I was like, oh yeah, I found another amazing rock up there. I call it Stub Toe Rock. I was walking, hiking around up there, and I stubbed my toe on this big rock. And I saw God after I stubbed my toe. I was crying, and I saw the light, and they started cracking up. And I'm like, so yeah, you can take people up to Stub Toe Rock, and then if you really want, they can take a little rock home with them, and then when they go back to Minnesota, they have their own Stub Toe Rock. Whenever they want, they just go stub their toe real hard on that rock, see what kind of joy they experience. Yo, good morning, B. Evan. I was just joking about Stub Toe Rock. I was getting a bunch of people to crack up about that one because, they seriously do take people on these big trips to Ascension Rock. I'm like, do you know Stub Toe Rock? They're like, what's that? And they realize I was joking. Because if you've ever stubbed your toe, you know how much it hurts, and you got to just just kind of like sit there and zen past the pain and try and breathe again, and it can be almost a spiritual euphoric feeling. Yeah, it's definitely fun living here in Mount Shasta. It's a safe place. I raised my daughter as a single dad. She's 8. My daughter's 18 now. And it's been really great for her, to ride her bicycle around. Don't have to lock the house kind of vibe. Reminds me of like when I was raised in the 70s and 80s here in America. Just yeah, yeah, exactly. Stub toe rock, man. Oh man, we had this beach cabin we used to go to. It was in our family, and it was in long up by Long Beach, Washington, at the end of the peninsula, a little place called Oysterville, and it was like the way they made the road. It was all these little tiny, teeny quarter-inch, eighth-inch rocks that kind of poked up, and oh, that was the worst because we'd wear little flip flops and stuff around. I'd get stub-toed so bad there, and it would be so bad, it would just pull the whole section of your front skin off the toe. Yeah, Lakota, they do a bunch of different ceremonies. Sundance being one where they overcome the experiences of pain, and they find a spiritual euphoria in that experience, and the the males give of themselves at the Sundance, where the females give of themselves every month for our tribe to survive. So ceremonially, the men give back in a way to honor the sacrifice the women make, and the to show their beauty. So they'll pierce themselves and they'll carry around this buffalo skull, and it's really an interesting experience where it involves overcoming that sensation to bring to show an offering of gratitude for the whole tribe. So there's lots of elements of overcoming pain to experience joy. One of my teachers, she was a Tamong. We don't ever use the word shaman. A lot of people in this interesting reality love to use that label, but I never do. We call ourselves healers, medicine men, all kinds of other realms. But in her tradition, to pass the last phase of initiation from apprentice to healer, if you will. One of them was you had to go up on to these mountains, and you were in Tibet, so ice covered mountain. You had to go up there, and you had to be completely naked. You had to cover yourself with a wet sheet, and you had to dry that sheet completely by generating heat, internal heat. You had to do it 4 times, so the sheet would be soaked, and you would dry it with your internal chi, and then it would be wet again and put around you, and then you would do it. And after you were able to demonstrate that you could do that 4 times, that was the last initiation, if you will. So there's lots of interesting realities, where we've kind of overcome what would be considered a painful experience. We find a lot of growth there. Oh yeah, I hear you. See, yeah, like the Pueblo people, man. They're the most ceremonial group that there has been in this beautiful turtle island we have here, and they live their life. About 80% of the year was doing ceremony or actively preparing or being a part of a ceremony. 80%, man, just amazing. The Southwest culture was just incredible. The Pueblo was probably the most. They are, of all of them, the most ceremonial group of natives that I ever heard of. They were just incredible. Yeah, I watch a lot. I hang out with a lot of new age people. They mix a lot of cultures together. Being here in Mount Shasta, I'll get to see these amazing groups come through. Last like 7 years, I'd say 5 to 7 years. Been a ton of these ayahuasca groups that come from usually from Mexico. Yeah, exactly. B and they're really great people. They're sometimes they'll come from as far as South America, but usually Mexico or some part deep in there. And so they'll have a ceremony of sometimes two to 300 people. We got this beautiful open area up on a certain part of the mountain where the lava never went, so it never really messed with anything up there. And those guys are great. They're really great. A lot of times, they'll be all clad in all white and stuff like that, and really amazing people. I hang out with a bunch of spiritualists, and we like to gather and we do our ceremonies up on the mountain too. Come the solstice, come other times. We do a lot of drumming, sit around a fire, singing, drumming, chanting, that kind of stuff. Different people know different mantras. We got people that play kirtan. I'm a drummer. I've been hand drumming forever. Since I was a teeny tiny guy, I also play drum kit, but I teach different aspects of drum circle drumming. Me and my buddy started a drum circle here around 2013 in our local park. We started it off as like a real nice offering based scenario where we had a potluck and we'd all gather together and kind of express our intention for the day and for the journey. This migrated from that. Yeah, serious. Powwow's fun. My buddy lives up in the Umpqua tribe, that about 2 hours from here, and so they're always they do a beautiful powwow in June, July time. Around June, around here, they do a little bit of a cool sun dance. It's a strange tribal area around here. There's the Wintu, the Shasta, and the Modoc tribes that all call this little area home, but there's no reservation land for them. So they live kind of, I don't know, in squalor areas up by a little town called Wairika. But yeah, one of our friends, Josie, was from the Wintu, and they have really interesting rules and regulations for their tribal members. The women are not allowed to play drums in that tribe, which was challenging for her because she's got rhythm in her heart and her soul, and she just loves to play drums. And so Josie helped us start this drum circle a long time ago. And she was always worried that her benefactors or her leaders would see her, because they come down to Mount Shasta to pilgrimage to the springs and to go to Panther Meadows. So Josie would be playing with us, and then she'd get up. Yeah, absolutely. So Josie would get all nervous, and she would put her drum down all of a sudden, and then she'd stand up and do something different. And I'd see her looking all around. She's like, "Oh yeah, that's so and so from our tribe." And it always kind of made me sad because she would get chastised. She would get in trouble for playing a drum, and just a hand drum, just our little djembe, African style drums. But in their culture, the women are not supposed to play the drums. And so she definitely was one to challenge the old paradigm because she had it in her. She just had so much beautiful rhythm. Good stuff. I'm in Northern California. Northern California for stuff. By the Oregon border. I'm nailing big trout. Steelhead style fishing for big trout. Using my, steelhead setup. Sweet fish. Oh, whoa, that was a tank, man. I saw that dude jump. That was a 24-inch plus fish. I need to get that puppy, man. Sweet. That's cool.
Yeah, I fish Oregon a lot too. Chetco rivers, Rogue rivers, Umpqua. Applegate a little bit. You know, if you're from or anywhere around there, then you know the Applegate. It's tough. Oh, okay. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I'm Chetco. Chetco, man. That's where I go a lot. The Chetco. The Wind 2 is a difficult one, man. But the Chetco, I like it. I've done some serious fishing down there, the Chetco. Haven't made it up to Orford and stuff in a while. Used to fish the Trask, Wilson, stuff like that a long time ago. Steelies, the steelhead are a little smaller on the Chetco. You know, they're kind of like 7 to 8 pounders. Get up to the Trask and stuff like that, you know, that we can get twice the size. So, I mean, the northern Oregon rivers tend to get a lot bigger, better steelies. Yeah, serious, huh? Yeah, I'm a Pacific Northwest guy. I lived in Washington for a long time too, and I'm a Portland, Oregon guy. Pretty much born and raised around there. Now I'm just south of the border by Mount Shasta. Yeah, you know what it is. You're a Northwestie, so you know how blessed we are to call this place home. Between the crabbing and the clamming and all the salmon and the steelhead and stuff. Oh, it's been great. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this lake I'm at now has as an inlet. The Sacramento River is pumping in right here, and so it's moving like a good sized river. It's wild at this point. There's nothing. It comes into this little reservoir thing you want to call it here. Sweet fish stuff. I've heard of you, brother. Like I've heard a handful of people mention your name, man. I'm in a whole bunch of different fishing communities. It's real nice to meet you. Yeah, I miss buoy 10 fishing, man. I miss being a little closer to Portland. Sandy River stuff, man. That was my jam when I was a young boy. Yeah, definitely go check you out when I'm off live fish stuff. Northwest fishing families, man. Couple generations of fishing families here in the Northwest. My grandpa used to take my dad and all these brothers out. Yeah. I get up early, man. I get out to the spot at like 5 a.m. just to make sure. Sometimes there's boats that will come and they'll just anchor their butt right here where I'm throwing in. And then they'll just fly fish or whatever. And so I gotta beat everybody, man. So you know what that is. I have to outfish the fishermen. I was at the Chetco, man, years ago. Out of this place called Miller Bar. Really sweet hole there. There's a real nice one there where the steelheads hold up. Salmon just booked by, but the steelheads hold up there real nice. And I camped out over there because you can camp. And so I'm up fishing early morning. This old man comes up in his rig. I can see him eyeballing me. There's really not much space, but for one, maybe two dudes if you guys really know each other. And because it's got a tight corner, and so you're bottom fishing, bouncing around your weight around that corner, and so timing's off. You'll just catch up with each other. He walks up to me, and that old man's like, "Oh, you're in a hot dollar fishing hole, boy." You know, and they didn't know hello, how you doing? No introducing himself. Just gotta have this crabby attitude. And he's like, "You're in a hot dollar fishing hole, boy." And I just looked at him like, "Yep." And I'm thinking, yeah, that's why I got here last night. 9 p.m. crashed out, woke up 5 in the morning. Had to outfish all you guys. All right, new worm time. This worm is getting old.
This worm is getting old. Bouncing Betty. Yo, so pretty. I said, Bouncing Betty. The fish is so pretty. I just want to eat the fishies up. Bouncing Betty. All right, I think we got 4 big fish in so far today. A couple on live. Time to get a few more. Looks like it's a Saturday fishing day. I'm seeing lots of good lives on. Weather's starting to warm up. Fishing is on. It's good. There for a while, a lot of people had ice on their lakes. People like Chaos Goat had to wait till the season could open. Oh, heck yeah. The fishing community really is, B. I connected to a lot of like spiritual communities and a lot of these garden communities because I'm a serious gardener. And I've enjoyed them. I've had a great time. And there's a lot of camaraderie. And then I found the fishing community, and it really is an amazing place. I mean, people are really genuine. They really do care. Yeah, it just really is amazing. I heard ATC say it that he's got the gold community, the gold panning and Seleucine community, and he was like, they are the best. He's like, they're even better than the fishing community. So I watch his lives sometimes on Sunday if there's no sports game on, and it seems like they're salt of the earth people too. But like, yeah, serious. I'll notice some of these times, like I saw a guy named Northwest Blessed. I saw a post that was a couple weeks old. I think I saw it yesterday. He was in the hospital, and like it was a bunch of get well posts, a bunch of get well messages in the comments to him. But I just scrolled down the comments, and like out of the 25 comments, I think there was one person that I didn't know. Everybody else is just everyone I see in all these amazing lives. Like Real of Life was in there, Joshua was in there. It was like all these people that I constantly see, and I'm like, wow, man. Main Girl left some comments, Luminaries, Seasons did. I mean, it was just like everybody, Michael First, 89, everybody who's like Northwest people had left them all these comments. Yeah, yeah, I got that sports gene in me, man. I'm a diehard basketball guy. I'll need to go get that. It's kind of like having this warrior energy in you. And there's a part of you that just likes to just get crazy and like just go to war basically. And that's what that basketball will get out. I'm just gonna go pound it with the guys, and we just I got to dominate and beat you in a game, not in real life. Yeah, I got rid of TVs a long time ago. I got the computers, which since I like my sports, I have to have stuff like Hulu to watch them on. My dad and I, we really bonded over sports a lot, sports and fishing and motorcycle riding. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the NBA made an interesting reality of choosing to use their forum to uh, get people to do and say certain things. And someone like Michael Jordan always had a philosophy of just keeping his mouth shut. Yeah, Michael Jordan never wanted to alienate either side, never wanted to speak politics, never wanted to do anything that was like, well, because both Republicans and Democrats like my shoes. And so he had an understanding of just keep out of it. But the NBA changed with, LeBron James and a bunch of people who were like, oh, I have this forum. I have this duty to speak. A lot of people didn't like that. It's like, no, bro, you're an athlete. We enjoy, we'll go to watch politicians talk if that's what we want. Yeah, I agree. It's been hard to watch it change, because I was into the NBA since end of the '70s. Me and my buddies in the early '80s pretending to be this guy and that guy before NBA ever really took off. It was still Magic and Bird, and it was before the heydays of basketball, so the trueness. My dad was a world-class athlete. Oh yeah, yeah. My dad had one or two injuries shy of being in the NFL, but he was given scholarships at a bunch of real nice colleges. Same with the NBA. He was just a little too short, and he would have been an Olympic medalist if he would have been trained right. But he was jumping 24 feet in the long jump in 1964, 1965. Carl Lewis was only doing 4 feet more in the Olympic records at that time. So my dad was just like a natural. The sports were just huge. We always played sports. Yeah. I was always a radio guy. Was raised on it, and so in the early '90s and stuff, they would do a lot of contests up in Portland. They'd give away a lot of stuff, and I was on some hot streaks for about a year or two. Man, I won so many concert tickets, so many events. You'd have to wait 60 days between winning prizes, and so I'd literally have to wait. But I was just lucky on a call, and I got to go to this thing called Tournament of Champions, which was for the NBA's dream team when they were getting ready to go to the '92 Olympics. So they came to Portland and did a bunch of games. So I got to watch that dream team, which was Michael Jordan, Bird, Magic Johnson, Malone, Stockton. I mean, it was just the best of the best that exists in the NBA world. And Portland arena was kind of interesting. Not a lot of security at that point, and so you could kind of walk down. And so I was able to walk right up to what would be front row. Yeah, serious. Yeah, I think so too. I listened to this guy, Jason, with Archaics, and he was saying that the NFL is completely rigged, and he was saying it's registered in the same way that the WWE is registered. Their licensing, if you will, with the states and the U.S. is registered for entertainment purposes, just like the WWE is. So the Olympics has an Olympic board, a governing board of judges. Yep. And so I think that's kind of what happened. And it's not they pretend like it's a real thing, but I think the NBA is rigged, and I think the NFL is rigged, and I think it's yeah, the Olympics are the real deal. There's an Olympic board. There's this worldwide Olympic committees that are in charge of, drug testing to evaluations to make sure everyone's doing everything correct. And that's what doesn't happen in NFL or NBA. I mean, the college level does. They're really strict about it. So when Jason mentioned that on Archaics, that they're registered as like the WWE is, as a foreign entertainment based company, It kind of changed my thinking about it. And I was like, oh, that would make a lot of sense. The world has kind of changed. There seems to be this weird attack on a certain level of masculinity. And so a lot of the things that made sports really fun, they've tried to really get rid of. And so that intensity that used to be there in both 90s style NBA and then with football has really changed. And so they really aren't able to be as intense and strong as masculine as they once were. Our society has kind of shifted where it's like, oh, you could get hurt, you could get concussions, and so there's just a whole different approach to how sports are done nowadays. So in the NBA, they're all friends with each other. Nobody's rivals like there used to be. So that's kind of strange. Yeah, I think for some people, if you have that in you, if you have that like warrior spirit, you just you got to get that out. You have to release it. You gotta express it somewhere. It comes out in a bad way. It's like a dog who needs to have a purpose. A dog who needs to run. A dog who needs to herd animals. If you just keep that dog trapped in the backyard, eventually he'll start digging holes. He'll climb over the fence. He'll do something with that energy because he's got to get it out. So if you have that in you, that warrior kind of energy, I think sports are a draw for you because you may not be able to go out there and play physically with somebody else, but you can watch and you're like, oh yeah. But like I said, I balance. I don't enjoy watching like endless when it heats up and there's good things going on. Like right now, it's the NBA playoffs. Between fishing and gardening lately, I make compost teas. I make my own fertilizers and stuff like that. Very similar to Korean natural farming, KNF style, but not quite the same. A little modified. But my compost teas and things like that, I have to spray them at night. Can't let any of that UV hit them. So the light of the sun will just really hurt them, burn that stuff on your plants. Yeah, exactly. Like, come on, rainbows. That's what I was hoping. It's like, come on, baby. I'm nonstop floating it. So I'm throwing them out. I'm watching this float go down. I let the float go down about 50 yards max. And then I reel it in. I got a 3000 series spool on here on my reel. I got a lot of line on there, so I mean I can go out a couple hundred yards if I need to. Oh yeah. My dad took me to games. The Portland Trailblazers won the championship in '77, and he took me to a few of those games when I was teeny. I was probably 6 at the time, and it was one of the most exciting things I'll ever remember in my life. I saw a fish jump. I know where he's at. Yeah, V Driven's got some really cool stuff, man. Come on, I saw where he was. Let's go get him. I'm standing up, getting off my chair, so I can bend my line right. Sitting over that chair, reading chat a little easier. It's not the best angle from a float. Any of you diehard river fishermen know about, mending your line and keeping the correct angle of your line with your float. You can tell. You're like, all right, my float's not happy. Yeah, I think it's cool sharing what we know. what we're good at. I really love working with plants and fishing, man. And I do a lot of work with stones. We got a few claims. I go all around digging and collecting, then working on them and cutting, slicing, polishing, shaping, making, you name it, from slabs to spheres. I haven't quite got into the big carving aspect, like making sinks, big bowls. Of course, I have some stones that I'd love to do that with, but that's an interesting beast. That's a long, hard process, and I haven't quite figured out the right tools. Yeah, huh? Yeah, I really do. It was a labor of love to begin with. I'll let this float go out there a little ways and see what happens. And then, collection builds up massively over time. And then I would invest extra money when I had it in time and these real high end rock collections, things like that, real nice gemstones. And started learning, a couple decades ago, people started taking me to high mountains, collecting, digging tourmalines and aquamarines and real nice stones. And I was like, oh, this is so amazing. And then the equipment takes a while to invest in because, $2,000-3,000 for this machine, $4,000 for this machine. Some of these saws, oh man, they can get up to like $10,000-15,000 for like a 36-inch saw. Yeah, serious, man. Yeah, tourmaline's found in like all states, but only in a gem grade and in a couple. Oregon has some not very attractive tourmaline. Yeah, exactly. It's like wanting to get it. I'd like to get a boat next, and then it's like, oh man, that you gotta, you get a boat for the lake, you can get a boat for the ocean. I can get a drift boat. I mean, it's like wow. Then you get all the gear that you're gonna get. Yeah, exact. For someone like me, I have a store here in Mount Shasta, so we have a lot of clientele that buy the stuff. And so when my overhead is just me going out and collecting the stones, then it's the gas that it took me to drive to Arizona or to Utah or wherever I had to go. And all the hard work I had to put into it. So then we have a little bit more free, a little leeway there. Got some of these real big stones that I've dug that are from $2,000 to $10,000 stones that we sell. And so someone falls in love with one, and then it's like, hey, will you take 6 on something that we got priced at 8? I'm like, sure, no problem. Good morning, G. Yeah, that doesn't work, man. Yeah, I know. Boat would be a trip. I tried the same thing with drills and all kinds of stuff like that, and you'll sit there for hours and you'll get frustrated and you'll never go through a quartz or a stone. You'll be very frustrated. And even these weird bits that say that they're meant for it, man. Oh, that's a huge fish. Right there. Gotta get this fish. Yeah, Topaz Mountain, man. Yeah, there's 2 different ones, and there's one that they call Topaz Mountain, and then there's another one where like the actual real nice topaz is found. And there's a company there that has some real nice claims, and you can do one of their extremely nice paid digs. Last I saw it was like $600, and they'll go in and they'll dynamite whole big section, and they open it up. And I watched the guy's YouTube of it. Oh man, he scored big time, like 1 inch plus sherry, champagne red, topazes. And he got a lot, man. I mean, he for his $600, he had probably 400 or 500 by the time he was done. And so they also do one for the red emerald, the mixed bite. And but that is the way to go, man, because they dynamite it all up, and then you just got to go open all the vugs that they broke open. Otherwise, I've talked to a lot of people that have gone there and they've spent the whole entire day digging, and they get one little thing the size of a pea. But I watched this guy do it, and I mean, it was just crystal after crystal that were 1 inch long, that was thick as your thumb, and they were just beautiful champagne, sherry red. And I was like, wow, man, that's the way to go. So we don't sell topaz that often, and I've wanted to maybe do it for my store. But we don't sell it. It's not like we get a ton of people that want to come and spend that kind of money. I got this gorgeous, really high-end blue topaz from Colorado I got a long time ago, and it's expensive, it's $20 a carat. Some of it was facet grade, just screaming gorgeous natural blue, not treated topaz. Nice, B. Yeah, I love that blue topaz I got, man. My buddy years ago came to me, and he had a super lot, and I bought it, and it was, metaphysical grade to the best of the best, like 1 inch cubes that were just facet grade. And after they get turned into facets, it's worth, about 100 to 150 a carat. So if you can buy it for 20 a carat and then facet it, sell for 150 a carat, you'll lose about 40% of the stone though. So you'll make stuff, but it's not like you're going to make a ton. Yeah, I love digging. Some people have a list of different fish they want to catch. I heard Fishy Thing talk about it. He has all these different freshwater fish on his list that he keeps getting to cross off. For me, it's been digging stones. I want to dig, as many stones in my lifetime as I can. Yeah, faceting looks tough, man. I mean, you just got to know a certain refractive index. So you can once you understand how the refractiveness works, then come on, Bob. Come on, float. About time for you to go down. Then I imagine it'll be pretty simple, but that refractive index aspect. Yeah, we do. Cabochon making is pretty fun, simple, and easy. Agates are really cool, man. Oregon's got tons. They got agates like crazy. Some beautiful beaches all throughout Oregon, man. I might be getting a float hit. Might have been current, but no, current doesn't do that. Yeah, Michigan has beautiful agates, man. Agates usually formed over a long period of time. They formed in a layer type reality. So most true agates have like these stripes in them, this banding they call it. You have things called chalcedones, chalcedony people call it. Chalcedony is another name, and then you have ones called carnelian. And carnelian and agate, they're all actually in the chalcedony, the chalcedony family. So they all are considered a chalcedony. And but then the subgroup is agates. It's like plants. Plants have a genus, they have a family, they have groups that they all break down from. Stones are kind of similar. And so, and True agate will have that banding, will have that layered effect. All right, B, it's been great hanging out, man. Yeah, those cool striped ones, man, that's where it's at. I need to. Oh, I hear the osprey talking. Yeah, no worries. Have fun. Have fun, B. Come on, big fish. Yeah, if any of y'all know about river fishing, you know, it's just a matter of the right timing and the right presentation. It started to warm up, which is nice. But I watch the fish pop up from where they're sitting on the bottom. I see them try and slam a fly or something that goes by. So I can tell there's a ton. And I'm on fish forward this morning, and I'm watching them jump. But they get picky. They tried drift from spawn down, and they want nothing to do with it. They didn't want nothing to do with it. I had half worms for a while. They didn't want that. They want a whole worm. Pretty fresh, too. It's wiggling, jiggling, doing its thing. I leave an old dead worm on there, and they're like, no thanks, buddy. Oh, yeah, it looks nice. That's a good area. It's a fish area right here. Yeah, it's a real cold river inlet right here. And so I noticed the fish moved in. I'm just going to let this puppy sit for a second, drink some water. Noticed the fish moved in, 2 weeks ago or so. Might be getting a hit. Got a hit, got a fish. Got him. Oh, yeah, this fish is a tank. He's fighting me, pulling some drag. This fish pulling drag. I'm going to have to crank my drag up on this guy. I was just setting my rod down for a second, and I'm like, I got to drink some water. And I was like, whoa, what's up with the bobber? What's up with the float? Oh, this fish, he realizes he's caught now. Oh, yeah. It's doing the freak out. Woohoo! Man, that is some goat. I got a fish on, goat. We got some fish on, goat. Oh, man, we're pulling some drag. Oh, man, I saw that tail. Hopefully you guys can, oh, man, hopefully you guys can see this little guy. Big guy, flip-flopping on me. Oh, man, that's a good fish. Oh, yeah, this fish give me tood. Who is it, boy or girl? Oh, I can't tell quite yet. Oh, this fish is not happy. Wow, he's pulling out of here. Pulling me out of here. Holy moly, he just took off 20 feet. Just took off 20 feet. This is fish number 5 today. Go. Oh, yeah, that's a chunk. That's a chunk. We got some goodies here. We got the guys. We got chunks from the Goonies. Holy fish. Come on. Woo, this fish is not wanting to come in. Wow, that's a big fish. Oh, yeah, you're a big boy. You're probably a hen. Oh, what a feeling you. Wow, man. Well, you're just one heck of a boy. Come on. Are you tiring up? I'm tiring up. You not tired yet? Buck, come on. I'll let you go if you're hooked easy. Oh, you swallowed that. You may not be going easy. All right, fish is in the net. I think this fish is probably going in the smoker, though. Yeah, I think he swallowed that hook. All right, come on, Bucky. Let's see if I can get this hook out easy. But no, I don't think so, man. Oh, no. This hook is way down there. I can barely even see this hook. Got it. Wow, yeah, you're a big hen. Yes, you are. Use big chunk. See if we, oh yeah, you see if we can show everybody the chunk. The chunk. Look at the fish. This is a big female, probably, guys. I know that's just a nice, beautiful rainbow stripe. Couple pounds, probably 18, 19 inch. Beautiful fish. Wasn't hooked that bad. Came out pretty easy. So I think I can let her go. Let's see what she does. She's giving me the belly up. Come on, girl. What you doing? Let's let it sit in the net for a minute. See what it wants to do. Sweet. Let's let it sit in the net. See what it wants to do. Sweet. Glad you guys got to see the fish. The fish. We got to see the fish. Yeah. She's not taking off. She's just sitting in the net. She's not acting the happiest. I got my big salmon landing nets. I went to the rubber net. Started seeing all these cats up in Oregon. They had these rubber nets. I was asking one of the guys, I was fishing one time. He was telling me the advantage of it. Now Oregon is gonna basically, they're kind of going that way, or they already have. I'm not sure what he was saying, where they want it to be rubber only. So I was like, huh, this is pretty cool. I looked into it. And the net I had got bad on me. So I was going to buy a whole nother one. And I was like, well, you could just buy a replacement net and re-rig the pole you have, the frame you have. Let's get back at this. Why this fish, I think this fish isn't going to survive. It's sitting there. It's not bleeding, but it's just not happy. It's just not a happy fish. You know what I mean? It's a chunky. I don't mind putting that in the smoker. I haven't been able to do much steelhead fishing this last year. So this has been nice. This is my equivalent. Using the same gear, same style, same fishing, same results. We have the Klamath River is real close to me, about 40 minutes north, and the steelhead there are, they're about 20 inches. You'd be lucky if you get a 22-inch steelhead. About the size that I just showed you there is the average. We got about 4 or 5 other rivers around here. Yeah, I really love it, man. It's my favorite, and it's so. I live, a couple hours from the nearest river, so any steelhead person knows, you think you got to get them when it's flowing and when it's coming in. So I'm always watching the river depth, the river speed. Yeah, exactly. It's just amazing. I've had so many good times sitting with my waders on and just being out there, to the point where you really can't go out any further because the river is a little too intense and the sounds all around you, and you're just doing nothing but casting. And then you see the fish jumping, and they're there. Or same thing, like going for Chinook, and all of a sudden this pod of them comes by, and 50 big Chinooks come booking up the river, 4 foot long. It looks like a giant watermelon that's just coming up. And you're just throwing everything you got at them, going, come on, baby, bite it. They typically want nothing to do with it. There's this area up in the Rogue River right before it gets to the dam. It lost something. And there's a big salmon hole there. And salmon don't bite, so it's pretty much people flossing or people snagging. And so they put on these big 3/0 hooks and this big 2, sometimes 3 ounce weight, and they're bouncing along the bottom. And so it's pretty much catch and release for everybody because they're all wild, even though the hatchery is like half a mile up the road. Oh, that fish just jumped out of the net. She might be wanting to get out of here. Yeah, I think she's getting back out of here. Yeah, she felt good enough to tear out of here. Oh, yeah. How beautiful. Yeah, for me it was the Umpqua. It was the South Umpqua. I was fishing here for a long time, and I caught a few big trout with eggs. I got to the point where I was doing really good here as a fisherman, and I could just go out and slam it and pretty much catch trout all morning long. And so then I caught this big beauty that had eggs in her, and I was like, ooh. So then I was like, what should I do with this? So then I learned about spawn sack, learned about curing, and I was just kind of listening to my higher self, to my internal voice. Nah, the fish said, nope, I'm good. So I wanted to give her a few minutes. There was no blood, so it just looked like she was just out of energy. Just needed a few minutes to recoup. But sometimes is why I let it sit in the net. They're not hooked bad, and that fish was right at the edge of the size. I really prefer them a little bit longer, a little bit bigger. And there's a lot of fish that you can afford to be a little picky. Then that allows you to release the ones that you want to get a year or two later. I kept this one yesterday. Oh, bobber float went down, missed it. It's gonna come back for it though. I don't think he's gonna come back for it. Yeah, so yesterday I caught this one, and she was up too bad, and so I was like, oh, okay, I'll keep it. I'm gonna check see if my worm's still on there. And as I was preparing the fish, I was like, oh, this fish had another hook, had a hook stuck inside of it, and it had a line about 2.5 feet sticking out of its body. And seemed to be doing just fine. I read a study on that, and it wasn't because I was curious. People are like, "Oh, yeah, just cut the line if the fish is hooked real bad." And I'm like, "That's not good, man. The fish is going to die if it's got a hook in its mouth." And I read the study, and it said that out of all the fish that they studied that they released with a hook in its mouth, they all survived. And so there was no mortality. And so I was really surprised, but apparently they can survive no problem with a hook in their mouth. And I guess humans do the same thing. My daughter got nose rings, no tongue rings, but her friends do. So you can have I guess rings in your tongue and still eat fish and still eat food, no problem. So I guess fish have no problem with it. That was a fun fish to catch. Glad she got free. I got one that I kept. It just hooked itself too bad and it didn't survive. It was left in the net. And then it decided, I can't do this. Come on. I want giant fishes. Yeah, sounds good. It's getting warm out here. I've been slowly shedding layers. Come out here at 5 a.m. It's 43 degrees. $43 at 5. Now I'm feeling like it's approaching mid 60s already. Crazy how fast it got warm. I don't like being cold though. I'd rather be hot than cold any day of the week. I'd rather be hot any day of the week. Can always take off layers, but you can't really add it if you don't have it. So I'd rather just take it back with me. I got a big backpack that I bring. All right, let's do it. Big fishes. Let's get some big fishes. Big fishies. That one was a fun fish. That fish fought nice. I got a real massive. It's a little too big to call garden. I'm like a mini farmer. Oh, I got a fish. Got him. Got that fish. Oh no, he got loose. That hook set wasn't good enough. Ah, he got loose. He was on for half a second. Bobber was down. I felt the tug pull, and I felt the head shake, and he was gone. He's gone, gone, gone. That fish is gone. Yeah, so I have about 60 foot by 100 foot area that I have my garden stuff in, farm in, if you will. And I got all this expansion area that I keep going onto it. I'm going to set more cover crops up here this fall. Eventually, I'll probably double it in size for the nursery and the greenhouse and things. So 60 by 100 was pretty big. I got a lot of stuff, and I just got the land last year. So last year was my first year gardening it and first year developing the land, and so it's raw land. And so I've been, making soil out of the earth, and that's been a fun process. But got about 600 strawberry plants there, a whole bunch more that they're putting off runners like you wouldn't believe. So after this year, I'll have my third, maybe fourth strawberry bed. And that when I say bed, it's like 5 rows thick and 20-foot long rows. That's what I call a bed. So I'll have 3 of those this year. I want to make the fourth one. Every 3 years, you gotta replace your bed of strawberries. Hey, because you get about 3 years of amazing strawberry production, and then they by the time they become the best looking plant, you can imagine their strawberry production is slowed down. And so if you said it got some new runners and you just do new ones. So about every 3 years you got to replace your strawberry bed. So I got 3 right now, and I got an area for the 4th. But pretty soon here, right now I can pick close to a gallon's worth of strawberries every day. Yeah, strawberries are real good. I mean, you can keep them around forever, but there'll be this beautiful looking strawberry plant that only gives you 5 strawberries, and you're like, what? That little yearling that's over there, I think, puts out groups of like 20 strawberries at a time. Like, why is this big old established plant? Yeah, because strawberries are just kind of strange that way. And so all the first year beds that I have are just, I mean, clusters of 10, 20 berries at a time, and the plant is giving off five of those clusters per plant. So it'll get to the point where I'll be able to fill up a 5-gallon bucket in a night. And I don't do it professionally, so I just give it away, and I make jams and jellies, and that's going to get crazy though on me. I got about 700 garlic plants. Those I'm starting the beginning of commercial world. So the 700 will become like 3,500 plants next year. And then when those 3,500 head of garlic come in, that's when I'll start selling those. Because if I planted all those, that would be ridiculous. That would be about 20,000 plants. Yeah, I brought a little less than a gallon, about a half gallon in last night. I was at the farm working late, so about 8:30, 9 o'clock, I was grabbing as many strawberries as I could see in the dark, and I brought them in. Told my daughter, I was like, "Hey, here's some dessert, fresh strawberries." She grabbed a couple big handfuls. I filled up a big container for my breakfast this morning. I love chopping strawberries up, throwing them in some yogurt. We have some cherry trees and a whole bunch of other things like that. When the cherry trees come in, I got to spend a few weeks gathering and then pitting them and then freezing them. But then I have tons of frozen cherries. Make a smoothie, toss a couple cups of that, some yogurt, bam, bam. Oh man, everything tastes so much better. The store-bought stuff, it lacks so many nutrients. That's the thing. It's really getting challenging to find even organic stuff. It's just the way they farm. They're doing it for profit, so it's minimalistic. It's a minimalistic approach. And when you grow your own stuff for love and for my family and all my friends around, I want them to eat as much nutriently rich food as possible. Yeah, exactly. Oh, I know. We got a farmer's market in our town that is right next to where my building is, where my store is, and so we're really connected with them and them with us, and so I'm thinking next year I might find myself in a position to do a little booth there. Because right now I'm getting that like on a weekly basis. I probably could fill up, right at this point, 3 or 4 gallons of strawberries. But wait till like all my beds are in like peak production. This is just the beginning of the season. It'll be like that. It'll get close to like a 5 gallons. It's what you get when you go out there and sit. I mean, that takes a couple, 3 hours to go pick all those berries. It's not like you can go get that in 2 minutes either. I like making jams, so I make beautiful strawberry jellies with them. Strawberry. I grew this interesting one called Schwarzenberry last year. That was a fun one to make jams with. I got Marionberry plants. Marionberry is a type of blackberry from Marion County, Oregon.
And so they have a little bit different flavor than your average blackberry. And they come in earlier, much earlier. And so I made a combination of Marionberry with cherry last year. Those I call them Marion cherry. Although that was amazing. That was one of my favorite jams I made last year. Yeah, Marionberries are great, man. I see people have like might be Arkansas and those regions around there. They have bullberry. I hear them talk about it and stuff like that. And I can't even say for sure if I've had mulberry. Like I hear them talking like the fish and stuff like that. What they do with them and stuff like that. It's really interesting. It's like, huh, different area. I always thought all these blackberries that were out in the Pacific Northwest were have been there forever. Because growing up around Portland, you got these blackberry stands that are 10, 15 foot tall and they're 50 yards across, and it's just an endless, Alan, an endless supply. I mean, and the blackberries are just outrageous. And I used to think to myself, oh, the bears must have just loved growing up around here because they could just sit and just gorge themselves on blackberries. But those are not native blackberries. And I studied herbs, and our herb teacher would take us out walking, and she would show us the native blackberry. And it's called an evergreen blackberry, and it's this little guy that grows along the ground. And he's not that gigantic one, man. I forgot it was a European blackberry. I'm not really sure where that one came from. But I used to, as a kid playing in the forest, I would sit there and just feed myself on those blackberries all day long. I could just munch and munch and munch and eat blackberries so I got that stomach ache. Okay. Will do, Alan. Thanks for letting me know that, Alan. I've heard Butch people mention his name many times before, but I don't think I've popped over to his channel. I always like you guys to tell me that. Validate. The name sounded familiar, but sometimes I was like, I don't know if someone's copying somebody else's channel name. Fish Stuff's been hanging out, chatting. It's been nice to get to know him. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I got a community-friendly channel here. I like everyone to connect with each other and hang out and be part of the fams. I was talking earlier about that. Just such an amazing fish community we have. Yeah, man, Alan, absolutely. I'm a Pacific Northwest guy, so salmon, steelhead, that kind of stuff, trout, that's in my blood. That's what I love. I've never caught a carp. I've accidentally caught catfish. I don't mind watching them, but I notice a lot of people, they let those fish go. And me, I'm always after, I'm trying to catch that big one that'll make the most amazing meal. So I get excited when it's like, oh, you got a 40-inch salmon. Sweet, Alan. That's good to know. So I was watching Cindy trout fish yesterday. A couple of people were like, trout fish, blah, 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 kind of snub nosing it. And it was like, wow. Some people don't find trout fishing fun. And I'm like, that's mostly what I know. That's in my wheelhouse. Isn't it? It is ice clear. It's like the Chetco. It's just absolutely amazing. This is the river that's entering the lake right now. So it's the Sacramento River, and it's coming from up in the mountains.
That's why it reminds me of the Chetco. It's just wild, like it's just the bush up there. And it's anywhere from 3 to 6 feet deep in its deepest, but it's just ice clear. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. Yeah, it is that, and it is right above freezing. So there's nothing warm about this water. And I was talking to my daughter about it just the other day. She came out here years ago with her friends, and she had like a little like float tube, and she was going to go hop into this current and like surf down into the lake. And she got her feet out there, and she's like, "Oh, this is kind of cold." It was like a 90-degree day. She's like, "Oh, maybe it'll just take me a second to warm up." The more she started walking out in there, she's like, my body started just like tensing up, cramping up almost. And I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's a glacier. It's like that's just that snow melt that is what makes this. Even in the heat, even in the heart of summer, it is freezing cold. So there's just no. You gotta have like that cold plunge mentality to really be able to handle it, because it's so cold. It'll like make you gasp, like your lungs open up to grab air. But that's one of the beautiful things about living here. Wow, some people just crossing this river. That is crazy. She barely made it, but she made it. Holy moly, man. Wow, those people were cool. They just went across like 4 foot deep river. They made it. It took her down to her knees, but she made it. Wow, I wouldn't cross that river. She was cool. She made it. Yeah, carp seem to get a bad rap. I know. Seems like a certain Asian people, maybe some of the only people that eat them. I missed a hit there. I'm gonna give me some weird hit. Took my float sideways. She didn't take it under. That was a strange hit. Wow, that couple was pretty cool. Super hikers. They just trudged right across that water. All right, this worm's still holding. We have the Klamath River is real close to me, and there's this Klamath River sucker in there. And he's a real vital, important part of that ecosystem. And it was the actual main food source more for the Klamath tribe than the salmon was. So they did ceremonies that revolved around the sucker. They honored the sucker, and they had a strong connection to that. And most people don't like the sucker fish. Yeah, I would try it. I really would. And so that was actually the first fish I caught on the Klamath. I had some spawn on, and I was trying to float it like this, basically, where you got a heavy weight under your float, and your spawn is just bouncing along the bottom. And had a fish on. I was like, woohoo! I was like, all excited, and it was fighting nice. So I was like, all right, I got it up there, and then it was like a sucker. I was like, what is this? Now I was kind of disappointed that it wasn't a steelhead. But then it was like, oh, this is a beautiful Klamath River sucker. And so then I researched it and I looked into it and stuff like that. And I let it go. I didn't keep it or anything like that. But the tribes loved it. It was very revered. And so most people don't eat it. I looked into it too, and I watched a guy, and what he did was he took the fish and he made cuts on the outside, about every eighth of an inch. He would go all the way down to the bone, and so then he would just go down the length of the fish and just make these cuts all the way down, all the way down, all the way down, and then he would deep fry it in oil. And the way that happened, the oil would get down there and would cook the bones. Because the cut being every eighth of an inch, it exposed all those bones. And so what ended up happening, he said, is that it just made them crunchy. And I used to eat smelt that was fried up, and it would do kind of a similar thing to the bones. They would just get, deep fried in the butter that my dad would cook the smelt in. And so you could eat a lot of those little bones, and it wouldn't bother you. So that's how they said that they preferred to eat the sucker. So I know carp seems to get bad rap. I mean, it's a bottom feeder looking kind of fish, so you can imagine it's going to have kind of flabby meat. Not so firm, white, I imagine. It's the flavor, I wonder. Because bass has a very distinct flavor, catfish has a very distinct flavor. Sturgeon, it's got its own unique, distinct kind of flavor. One of these trout that I brought home the other day, I took it home to fillet that thing up. It had the reddest meat. I mean, it was just unbelievable. That was my lunch. Cooked that up. Oh, that was good. And then my daughter and I, we had fish for dinner last night. I mean, you do on like a little like sardines, just right out of that can. You eat the whole fish. You just pump that little sardine in your mouth, suck that whole thing down, head, everything. Gulp. So I think the bones are prepared in a way where they don't like hurt your throat and get caught and that kind of stuff. It's like, yeah, just a little extra crunch. Chicken bone, I mean, that's not fun. I mean, you get actually crunch on a chicken bone or something. But the little ones are cooked. They're not a problem. Oh, got it. Nope. I missed that hit. How did I miss that? How did I miss that? He actually got my worm. That's what happened. He got the end of the worm. He got the part that had no hook in it. That's what. That was a full bobber down. That was full bob. Bob's your uncle on that one. Going through worms like a savage beast. Man, that was a good float down. I love that feeling. All of a sudden you see a float, just whoosh. Yeah. Yeah, interesting, huh? I mean, I like sport fish. I like lean, mean, tough machines. I like an albacore tuna. I'm gonna eat some kind of tuna. I'm not in the. I don't really enjoy halibut, cod. I mean, I will eat them, but the flavors of the fish, just the textures and things like that, they're just not there for me. I like a fish that's like a lean, mean fighting machine. That's why I love anything in the mackerel family. salmon steelheads and stuff like that is just so fun. And so that's what I'm used to. I was watching Any Fin Is Possible probably like a week and a half ago. Bob was saying that his opinion, carp are the most intense fighting fish of all freshwater fish. And I was like, "Are you serious?" Because Bob, Bob, he has guide business up in Alaska and stuff, and so he does like the serious salmon, steelhead stuff. Yeah, and so I was like, "Are you serious, Bob? That carp is the most intense fighting freshwater fish that there is." Because I mean, when I watch, if you get one of these giant salmons on this 50+ pound salmon, it takes you a half hour or more sometimes to get that puppy in. Dang, 25 hundo. And so and they bring that thing in like 2 minutes. It's like do, and they just reel it in. It looks like they just got a big old heavy lunker on the bottom of their line, and then they just pull it in. And I'm like, I'm not seeing no fight. I didn't see nobody jumping out of the water. I didn't see nobody flip flopping on like a steelhead, tail dancing, doing cartwheels. Oh yeah, it gets to me all the time too. I'll go to type something in, and I'm like, what is that? Like I was watching fishy things yesterday, so I was trying to type in fishy, like his name, fishy with a Y and then apostrophe S, and my phone didn't like that, and it kept just putting fishes, fish apostrophe S, and I'm like, that's not what I'm saying, and I'm like, I don't care what you think is grammatically correct. I am actually trying to say the word fishy with a Y apostrophe S. I don't want IES on here. Yeah, yeah, you know what I mean. That's what I heard Bob talking about that the other day. I was like, I'm gonna have to have an open mind about this because it's easy to be like, I don't know, a bit of a fish snob and think that, oh man, we got the best blah blah blah. I mean, I'm raised where my mom and we'd go down to the Rogue, and my mom would go up to Alaska and she'd catch these 80-pound king salmon, 70, 60-pound kings, and our freezer had hundreds of pounds of salmon in it, and so that's what I was used to as like what a heck of a fish is to catch. Yeah. Uh-oh. Got him. Got him. Got him. Woohoo! Oh, hopefully you guys saw that. Hopefully you saw that. Hopefully whoa! Oh, he's pulling. Oh, he's pulling drag. Whoa, yeah. Hopefully you guys are seeing him jump out there. He's doing some steelhead jumping. Steely jumping on me. Oh, he's a mini steel. He thinks he's a steelhead. He thinks he's a steely. Oh, I got this drag set pretty good too. We got him. Come on. This fish isn't happy that he's caught. No, come on, little mini steel. Oh, that's a pretty fish. Let's see. I realize it. Oh, it sees me now. You coming in? Oh no! Wow, that was a jump. Wow, he got almost 3 feet high in the air that time. I doubt you guys saw him. Hopefully you did. That was a sweet jump he did. Cartwheeler. I ain't never seen no carp do that. I ain't never seen a carp do that yet. Huh? Huh, Rainbow? But maybe someday I will. Who knows? Maybe the carp will prove me wrong. Huh? Oh, you're a big chunk. Wow, you are a beautiful fish. Oh, you're going to play yourself out for a few minutes till you're tired? Wow! Oh, that drag is serious, guys. Holy Dragsville here. Wow, that's a beautiful fish. Come on, beauty. Woohoo! He pulled a serious drag. Oh, you are a tail smacking, super flapping beauty. Oh, it's a heavy fish. Wow. Oh, I know, bud. You're not happy that you're out of the water, are you? You cut yourself real easy, so I can get you loose real easy. Oh, man. That was a cheap hook. Let's get that hook out of there, Buck. Okay, I got it out. Yes, I got it out. Hook broke, but I got it out. Oh, let's go show everybody you. You're a big fish. Big fish. Hi, guys. I'm a big chunk. 18, 19 inch, couple pounds, super chunk. Big female. Big female. Big female. Woo-hoo-hoo. I'm gonna let you go, though. I got a lot of fish. I got a lot of fish right now. You take care of yourself, big goddess. Woohoo! Yes, says the bird. All right, all right, all right. That's how it's done. Man, that's a lot of fish today, guys. I knew today was going to be a super fish day. Yeah, I'm glad you guys saw that. That was a great fish, man. I gotta get. I gotta. It broke my hook though, so I gotta put another hook on. I'm using these. What am I using? Eagle Claw #2 Eagle Claw. I just buy a big pack, I like 50 and 100 of them. They're an all right hook. They will. I've noticed they'll break like this every so often on me. I'm trying to. I got the pliers on it. I'm trying to pull it out. It'll break. It'll break its shank. I bought some of these super generic ones before I stopped buying that because those hooks were garbage. They would break all the time. I could barely ever get a fish out. I like my Gamakatsu most of the time for my steelheads. Steelhead, my salmon. I use those big bad boys. But usually I'm out here fishing the bottom a lot, and so. Whoa. Sorry about that, guys. Sound might have been off for a second. It's getting hot out here. Hopefully I get this mic position good now. I had to shed a jacket. Hot. All right, that hook's on. Yeah, I really like the Gamakatsu. That's a good hook. Let's go get some more fish. Come on. That was a nice fish, but I want a bigger one, man. And I would have kept it if it was hurting. But it wasn't. Let's go do it. Let's go do it. Let's go do it. Yeah, I've gotten used to try to verify right before I hit send on most messages. I can't stand typing something and then I look over at the message I just sent. I'm like, that's not what I said. I'm like, why'd you do that? Sometimes it makes you sound like a fool. All right, let's go catch some big ones, y'all. We got some nice worm floating. Gonna have to eat me some strawberries here in a minute. I need a snack too, not just a fish.
Oh man, it's been a good fish morning, guys. I had a feeling it would. It would. I brought a bunch of good stuff. Brought me plenty of food and drink. I was like, oh, I'll just do a nice live. I was hanging out in Fishy Things Live yesterday, sitting here fishing for a few hours. I was like, I might as well do a big live too, just hang out, let people see all this beauty. Uh-oh. Float went down. Float went down. Fish. Oh, he's on. Oh, yeah, that fish is. Oh, that fish. Oh, he got off. Oh, that was a big fish. Wow, that was a big fish. Man, oh, man, oh, man, oh, man, that was a big fish. Oh, he got off. Took the worm with him, too. I could see that fish. He jumped up, cartwheeled. See, that's why maybe it's just me, but I'm a firm believer in the steelhead. That's what I'm catching here, guys. I mean, they may not technically be steelhead, but they sure act and feel just like them. And that guy just cartwheeled. He jumped up out of the water and got himself 2 foot out, did the cartwheel, did the flip flap. It was outrageous, man. He did slam. And that's what I love about the steelies, is they'll get a little bit of that slack, because when they do that cartwheel flip, their head will go left and right, and then they get that little bit of slack in the line, and then they tense it up, and it'll just snap it. Or in that case, he just ripped it right out of his lip, I think. The hook set wasn't that bad, so he just said, "Ooh, that." Yeah, exactly. Working on a panel, man? Uh-oh. Got him. Oh, no, he got off. How? Oh, that was a float down. That was a float down. Float down. Worm still on. He must have just got the end. Oh, yeah, I see what he did. I thread the worm on about an inch below the top. Oh, yeah, so, and then I let a bunch hang, and he got the part that was hanging off and just barely got him. I used to have a couple 69 Chevy G10 vans. Oh, I love those 69 Chevy Scooby-Doo style van. It's a blast. I drove that thing all around the U.S. a bunch of times. Took that thing totally apart, man. It was great. Totally redid the inside of it, painted it all, put paneling in there, new upholstery. It was really nice. Had a new engine built, new tranny, radiators, everything redone in that thing. It was nice. I was always a little nervous with that because it was 1969. So you're driving, the steering wheel is right there at the front windshield. It's a mid-engine mount, front engine mount, so it's just right there, and it's just kind of sketch. If you got in an accident, you're in big trouble. You are in big trouble in that. So I didn't mind it, but I would get nervous when I got older. My kids started. Once my daughter came along, I got real nervous. It was fine with my boys, but I didn't want my daughter to get hurt, apparently. All right, let's see what we can get. Let's see what we can do. That was a nice couple of fishes I had there, guys. Yeah, I was raised around old cars. My uncle was a collector. He had nothing but all kinds of amazing old cars. Old Chevs and Fords. Mostly Chevs. They were 61 Impala kind of people. That was what they really loved. My dad had one. His brother had one. Both of his brothers had a few of them. A whole lot of 61s. They loved their 61 Impalas. Well, they had 64s, 63s. My uncle's baby was in his 50. He had like a 40 something Ford. That was his real baby. But it amazing memories of growing up and old cars. Taking trips with my uncles and going out. We had we had glass soda pop bottles, Coca-Cola machines that had these long, tall, skinny glass bottles. So we take these long drives in these old cars. The smell of that old Chevy leather. Oh, that's good. I just missed the bob down, darn it. I just missed the takedown. Still interested, I think. Still in the neighborhood. Keep missing him. Keep missing him. Keep missing. Let's see what's going on. My worm even there. Yep, worm's still there. All right, let's go get him. Let's go get him. Let's go get him. Oh, sure is beautiful out here. People are starting to show up. A lot of boats are showing up. River fishers. Southwest. Hey, Shannon. Nice to see you, buddy. Morning. Hope all's well. Uh-oh. Something's messing with my float. Something was messing with my float, guys. Dang it, I think I missed him. I missed him, I tell you. I've been slamming the big trout out here all day, South. Been jamming big trouts. Kicking butt. They're in here. It's that time of season. All right, buddy, go take care of your mom. Wish my mom was still around to take care of. So you go enjoy yourself. Anybody who still got their parents around, go hang out and enjoy the time you got with them. Both my parents are not with us anymore. I sure would love one more fishing opportunity with Dad. Got him. Got him. Got him. Got that fish. Got that fish. He's jumping. He's tail walking. He's tail walking. He's giving me lip. He's giving me tood. He's giving me an attitude. He's going to realize he's caught here in a couple seconds, too. Right about now, he's going to realize, oh, he's a little smaller than normal. Woo-hoo! Oh, he did a big jump. He did a big boy jump there. Another big boy jump. Woohoo! Good looking fish. Damn good looking fish. Oh, you got your lip. Look at your lip. Come on now. We gotta get this out. Yeah. We gotta get this out. Now we can show people. Now we can show people how you look. You say, hey, everybody. Say, hey, everybody. I'm a nice fish. Hi, guys. I'm a good looking fish. I'm a good looking trout. I'm a female. Smaller female. See you guys later. Woohoo. That's how it's done. That's how it's done, y'all. I've lost count, guys. I feel like that's probably fish 5 on live, maybe. Need Glenn, the gay guy, in here to help me keep track. He's a scorekeeper. Yeah. So good. Oh, fish 6. Okay. Sweet. Someone just keep track. Oh, no, you don't. Caught 2 fish before the live, so I'm already at 8 today. That's good. That's a good day, man. It's been quite the week, man. It's 40 fish then. 40 fish for the week so far. Started fishing here last Sunday. I fished here every day nonstop since Sunday. But the good fishing, when the good fishing is here, we gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go. It's like and you guys who do a bunch of farming and gardening, it's the same deal. When the harvest is in, it's like nonstop for a week or two, so you don't miss out. Same thing, and when I find where the big fish are, it's a week or two for me. I'm just giving them all I got, and then I do a whole bunch of smoking, and then I got vacuum sealers, so I vacuum seal it all up. I found I like to do it with snack size portions. Little snack size guys, and then I missed a bite. I missed a bite. I missed a bite. Let's take a look at the worm because I missed a bite. Anytime I miss a bite, I gotta look at the worm. I gotta look at the worm. I tell you. How's the worm? The worm is shrimp. He's worming it. He's a little wormling, alright. Come on, big fishes. Come on, big fishes. I want the 30 inch. I want the one that's going to take me like 15 minutes to pull in. That's going to take almost spool me. That's just going to tear out of here. That's going to make me sweat. It's going to get me nervous. I want a new fish. One that does what it should. So I want a new fish. One with no doubt. One that don't make you cough too much. Make your face break out. So I want a new fish. One that don't go away. One that don't. Yeah. I need a new personal best. Come on, how's the worm looking? How's the worm looking? All right, we're looking good, worm style. No, don't fish. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Wanna be Christmas best? Come on, Christmas. Come on, Christmas. I wanna know if you're still there. Big fish gonna have you wet. Big Mr. Fish gonna have you wet. Whatever you want. I at the fishy restaurant. Whatever you say. We go to fishing today. Hey, hey, hey. Come on, big fish. Where you at, big fish? Oh, it's getting beautiful out there. Got to take off all three coats. I didn't want to be cold at 5 a.m. It's 40 degrees, 43. But I was like, I'm not going to need all these coats, but for an hour. And then during that hour, I'm happy I have them. Well, that's the beauty of Northern California, out in the mountains. We have about 40-ish, 40-some degree difference at night between our daytime temperatures. If you get to 80, 85 in the day, down to 45 at night. Makes it almost impossible to grow lettuce, greens, cilantro. They just instantly bolt on us, just instantly unhappy. I've been lately growing them in my garage. I have a grow tent, some LED lights. So I'll get all my starts going and everything like that 2 or 3 months before I have to plant them out. But I've just found it's better to keep my lettuces, just do them all the way through like that. Because I couldn't figure it out for the longest time. I was like, what? Why can't I grow any kind of greens here, any kind of thing without it just bolting right away? And then the gardening guy I listened to at times, he was talking about it. He was expressing and explaining that it's the variance of nighttime to daytime temperatures more than anything else. So if you get much more than 20 to 25 degree difference day and nighttime, that they'll bolt. And that's exactly what we get here. You get these places on the coast, California coast, Oregon coast, where it barely switches 10, 15 degrees between day and nighttime temperatures. They're ideal for green growing. I lived in Humboldt, in Arcata, in a town called Blue Lake. It was like that 20 degrees difference between day and night all year long. It'd be 55 in the winter, it'd be 35 at night. It'd be 70 in the summer, 75, and it'd be 55 for the night. It's always 20 degrees difference in night and day. So you learn to adapt. It's been getting a lot warmer here lately with these extremely hot summers. And so tomato growing has become difficult. And so tomatoes need to get cool to be able to turn red. It produces this thing called lycocene. They actually temperatures have to get down into the 70s. If they don't get into the 70s, then they'll form size, but they'll just be beautiful big green tomatoes. They will never turn red on you. And that's what we've had here for the last couple summers. Your plant grows like normal, and it grows bushy, big, and you got 75 amazing big green tomatoes on there, but then they won't ripen, and you're frustrated. And the whole month of July goes by, and you don't got a single one that has ripened. And you take them, eventually you harvest them, and you got to put them into bags, and it takes about a month in your house to try and ripen them that way. Another gardening guy lives up in Medford, real close to me. He's talking all about it, and that's what's happened to him. And so he's had to learn how to switch varieties and try to try to find the most heat tolerant ones you can. And so like cherry tomatoes, for example, they do pretty well. So it's been really interesting up here gardening the last few years because things are just changing. And it could just be life, it could be nature, who knows. Time for a new worm. But as gardeners, we have to keep up with it. We got to adapt as things change, as Mother Earth becomes a little different. And so do we. Boy, it's time to go slam a few more fish, man. Just about got this thing untangled. It's that tangle problem. But as anyone who fishes knows, it's tangles are part of it all. Let this worm on. I'll be back in action. I am back. Fishy! Does it sound a little bit distorted, buddy? Okay. Let me see. Is it working a little bit better? Does that sound a little better, Fishy? My mic was a little bit hot, so I was putting it on the back of my collar, and I took my jackets off, and I think I had it too far back. Does that sound a little better? Yeah. I got to figure that one out next. I haven't messed around too much with my functions on my lives. So I'll try and keep my voice down a little bit to see if that helps with the level. But I didn't know what that little microphone symbol there. It's like, I don't know what happens if I touch that thing. I didn't know if that was like a mute, or is there like a volume control where I can turn the heat of this mic down? Because it's just a little hot. It's picking up a little more than I want it to pick up. But I'd like to turn the gain down on it if I could. If I had a sound board, I would just turn the gain down a little. That's what I thought that thing did, was just mute. So I didn't want to mess with that thing. I thought it was a mute button. I was like, I don't know if I have a microphone level adjustment that I can adjust the hotness of the mic. Yeah. Uh-oh. Got the fish. We got the fish. Oh, no, we don't. I lost the fish. I might have just been a bottom. What the heck was that? What the heck was that? I'm not getting snagged up over there. Yeah, you guys know if you fish rivers, you know when you get the bottom, when you get a snag, like where you're going to get the snag. And that was a bobber down, but it shouldn't have been the snag zone. I got a 1 ounce. It's typical lead little 1 ounce on there, like you use when you're bottom bouncing. So I can feel it. And I hold the string and I make contact with the float. I can feel it tap, 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 tapping the rocks. So I can tell when I'm hitting, but there's no rocks out here that are pulling me down. They're just tap, 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 taps. If you want a bottom fish, it's the worst thing imaginable. All your weight just goes right in there, right behind those puppies. I watched you fish somewhere, Fishy. I forget where it was, but you were having the hardest time fishing. it was just snagging your gear nonstop. You're fishing by the dam or somewhere weird where all these big rocks are. And that's what this place is like. If I throw out here, man, I'm in trouble. If I try and bottom fish, I lose it every single time. And I'm so mad at myself. Because I know better. And I'm like, oh, maybe this time I can figure it out. Maybe I'll just use split shots, or maybe I'll use a plastic coated weight, or maybe I'll figure it out. Maybe it'll like a Bouncing Betty style where it's coated, it's round and stuff like that, instead of, doesn't matter, man. Bullet weight, egg weight, slip shot, Bouncing Betty style. I've lost them all right here. I had a bite there. Let's roll back to that section. Oh yeah, I got him. Oh, that fish is on. That fish is on, guys. We got him. Fish is on. Oh yes. He's fishing. He's fighting. He's fighting. He's giving me attitude. He's giving me some tude, guys. This makes fish 7, guys. Fish 7 for the live. I'm gonna set my live record, which is probably this, but let's keep breaking it, shall we? Fish are biting and I'm here and I got worms. I got a lot of fishermen eyeballing my spot though. They're like, you're in a $100 fishing hole, boy. I think I got here at 5 a.m. so I could be in this $100 fishing hole all by myself. Oh, that fish is tearing out of here. Tearing out of here, man. Well, this is a chunk, man. This is a big chunk. Wow, this is a big chunk. She's a big monster. You're a fat mama. You a fat mama, aren't you? Dude, a fatty. You bent my hook. No, you didn't. I thought this thing bent my hook. Wow. That's a big fish, guys. Huge fish. Huge fish. This is the biggest one today. Oh, that is a thick mama. She does not want me to touch her. She does not want me to touch her. She does not want me to touch her. This is a big fish, man. Look at this. Look at this chunk. Look at this chunk, will you guys? This is a 3-pound fish. This is a big beauty, but she's out here doing her thing, so I'm gonna let her go. I got a lot of fish to cook, and I don't really need to be greedy. But that's a beautiful fish. You're a beauty. But I love that beautiful fish. Woohoo! That's how it's done. That's how it is done. Release! Yes, guys, that's how it's done. I'm glad too. I'm glad. Fish stuff. I've heard your name around. You coming around? You out of here, fish? What you doing? You want to stay? You want to stay? No, you want to get out of here. No, the fish got out of here. Woohoo! Let's go do it. Grease. It's nice to see you around, man. I was watching Goat. It was Goat. Was going to do a catfish. He got his recipe from you, blackened style catfish. I love blackened catfish or blackened fish. Oh man, that was one of my favorite ways of doing it. Sweet Grease. Hope you're doing well. Man, I was at this restaurant once with my buddy, real high-end steak restaurant, and he wanted fish for whatever reason. And so he asked, they had like halibut, I think, on the menu. So he asked the waiter if he could blacken it. And the waiter was kind of confused, and he came back talking to the chef. And he was like, how do you want it prepared? And he's like, yeah, blackened. And the waiter was still once kind of confused. So apparently they didn't know what that meant. So they took that fish and they just burnt it.
They just burnt that giant, they burnt that big, beautiful cut of fish he had. So they bring this thing out here, and it's like a plate of fajitas. This thing is smoking. It's smoking, it's just trail of smoke coming behind this thing. And they just burnt it, a quarter-inch thick on each side. And so they, the waiter had no clue what he wanted. They had no idea what blackened seasoning was. And he's like, he wants it blacked. So then, like, they just burnt it. And my friend was like, this is not a blackened fish. He's like, this is disgusting. I can't eat this. Yeah, it was one of the dumbest things. And this was a high-end steak restaurant. And it's like, what do you mean you don't know what blackened fish is? But I got to, it was like a Ruth Chris. So it was like a steak restaurant. It wasn't a fish restaurant. So maybe that chef just was an excellent at cooking steaks. But it was one of the hilarious, it was expensive. And my friend, of course, everyone at the table is pretty much done eating their food because they bring this thing out, and then, he's got to once again wait for his meal to be recooked. So it was hilarious. We laughed about it. And I was like, you want more of that blackened? Uh-oh. Oh, man, I missed it. Dang it. I missed it. Nope. Oh, I got it again. I missed it again. Missed it again. Maybe not. Got him. I got him. He came back, and I got it. He came back, and I got it. This one's on. Oh, he's fighting. Oh yeah, seriously, what a waste of fish. We got a trout here that's giving me attitude though. Oh, she's coming in. She's coming in. It's gonna realize it's caught here in a couple seconds though, and then it's gonna do the freak on me. It's gonna do. Oh yeah, there it goes. It's doing the freak. Oh, it's gonna do the freak. There it goes. It's pulling, drag. It's dragged. Wow. Woo, baby. Yeah, baby. This might be fish 9 then. Holy moly. It's a good day, man. Slap. Slap goes that tail. Slap goes that tail. Oh, boy. Come on. Where you at? Let's go. Come on, big buck. Oh, this is a handsome boy. Oh, that's a handsome fish. This might be a girl. Another hen. You didn't swallow that, did you? No, you're not that hooked. Stop. Stop giving me the flippy. I gotta let you go. Oh, yeah. Come on. Come on. Let me show you where it's at. You all right? You got yourself a little hooked. Woohoo! Here's fish. Fish got a little hooked. It's got a little blood on it, so I'm gonna let it go in the net, see if it can save itself before I try and see what's up. See if you can make it, baby. Yeah, I don't know about that fish, guys. That fish may be meant for the fryer. Tiku and other characters. Hello. Trout time here, y'all. We're catching trout. Yeah, I think that fish is heading, as Grease would say, that one is heading to the pan. She's heading for some grease. Bound for the grease. In my case, it's bound for the smoker. Release to the smoker. Another worm on. Let's go get it done. Let's go get her done, son. Let's go get her done. Yeah, I got a nice smoker. Propane. I got tired of having to build fires and charcoals and other stuff. So I like the temperature control I can do. It's hard to get chips going under a certain degree, 200 or below. The chips really don't like to ignite. Fillet and release, you got it. I used to just cook them all whole and then remove the bones and all this good stuff. Lately, I've been working on my filleting techniques.
The pin bone gets tiring. So I just cut the pin bone out. I do that small, like 45-degree angular cut where I just cut down one side of the pin bone line and then one down the other. Get rid of them that way. Pin bones can get not very fun, man. We're dealing with steelies and salmon. Guy was in our shop the other day. He was a commercial fisherman. And they was telling my business partner they're going to head out and just a bunch of salmon fishing in the ocean soon. He was hoping they didn't put him on the pin bone line. And those guys, they sit there with a pair of tweezers and they just remove the pin bones. That would sound ridiculously monotonous, man. Ugh, that would be so not fun to sit there and pull pin bones all day long. Ugh, that sounds like torture. I had a few jobs where I just did monotonous work and I couldn't handle it. My brain would ache for something more to do than just sit here doing this mindless task. Worked in a hospital pharmacy, and sometimes we'd have jobs where we'd have to work this automated pill dispensing kind of robot weird thing you want to call it. And so your job would be to take a pill, put it in this little tray, and sit there and put them into this like labelized bags that's going to go into this robot. And so it would just be mindless work. Just, you know, the next 3 hours, that's all you're doing. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of all these. You just push a button and a little puff bag opens up and you toss a pill in there and then you close it down. And I would just play games with myself. How many could I do in a 5-minute spell? And I would try to beat that, you know. And I got 68 done in this last minute, and that was about the only way I could entertain myself. Was you'd have to have a perfect experience where you never stuttered, you never slipped once between grabbing a pill with one hand and then hitting the button with the other and tossing it in. And then you could get these, oh, I got a high number. But otherwise, those jobs just get so like monotonous. You're like on the factory line of assembly work kind of stuff. My brain wants to create and wants to do, not just sit and do a meaningless task with my body. Got him, got him, got him, got that fish. Got the fish. Let's see who this is. Fish number 10. Fish number 10. I got fish number... Oh, this thing's giving me an attitude. Oh, he's a smaller little boy, but he's got some tood. He's got some tood, all right. He's a handsome little boy. He's a handsome boy. I forgot I still got that fish in my other net, though. That female that I just cut, she did not make it. She sat here and chose not to go. So I got to process this female in a second. I got to let this guy go first. I'll just whip him up to you guys real quick on the line. Let you see him that way. Now you guys can see him dangling. He's a smaller little boy. Beautiful fish, though. Thank you, fish. Whoa, he's out of here. You got me. You splashed me. You gave me the splash down. Splash Mountain. He took me to Splash Mountain before he peeled out of here. Heck yeah. I got to deal with this female real quick, guys. Oh, yeah. I know you didn't want to go, baby. You're a pretty fish. Yeah. Thank you, pretty fish. That's a beautiful fish, all right. Let's get it on the stringer. Ah, some beautiful fish, y'all. It's been quite a week. My body's a little hurting. If anybody out there like, any of you people out there like me and you're diehard steelhead fishermen, well, you know what it's like. I've been fishing for about a week now. My wrist is kind of hurting. My reeling, my left wrist. Whew. After a few thousand reels, you kind of start to feel it. And then your wrist is like, yo, is there any way you can reel it under your right side? Wow, man, I'm just going through the worms. I brought 2.5 dozen, I think, maybe. Now I'm finally into that second dozen. So I've gone through 1.5 dozen night crawlers so far. To catch 10 fish, not bad. Not bad. No complaints from this man. No way, man. Yeah, exactly, man. Oh, it's been tough, man. You just deal with it, though. I push myself because, I mean, I love it. The fish are here, so you got to go. There'd be days where I'd go down there and camp at the Chetco, and it'd be pretty much 12 hours, man. 12 hours in the river all day long, just the throwing and the throwing. I'd have a plunking rod that I would set up just in case. I'd want to go take a lunch break, and I'd throw a plunking rod out just so I'm always fishing. And I'm sitting there watching, one time I'm sitting here watching this pretty good group of steelies. And I'm watching them boil, I'm watching them do their thing out there. And I'm just tossing everything I can at them, and it ain't working. I think I was using probably about got a little tap on that float. I was using maybe about a 10-pound line and using a 1/0 hook from, you know, it's what Jordan and the Addicted Fishing guys were suggesting. And so I don't remember the size. Yeah, it's pretty crowded too, man. That's the first time I drove by there and I saw 200 trucks parked next to each other, just butt to butt. I was like, what are all these fools doing? What kind of fishing is this? That's the first time I've seen plunking. And I was like, this is ridiculous. And so I go up to a place called Miller Bar, about 5 miles up past that into the forest. It's a little quieter. It takes a little while more for the steelies to make it up there. And so I'm not getting nothing, man. I'm watching those guys. And so those steelheads are just there, and I'm just constantly throwing my crap at them. And these locals come up, wham, bam, within minutes, man. They're like, oh, I'm getting hit. And I'm like, you guys are full of it. Because I've been throwing for an hour or two, and I haven't got nothing. And then next thing you know, they caught a steely. Next thing you know, they got another one. And I'm like, man. Yeah, exactly. Really appreciate this place. And so then they came back early morning, and I was there. You know, I beat them to it. I was in a hole. I was throwing. And I wasn't getting nothing. The steelheads were still there. You could see them crowning. And locals came back right away again. Bam! They were getting them. And so by this time, they were acting a little nicer, a little friendly. They weren't so shit kicker. And so I started talking to them, and I'm like, man, what are you guys doing? And yeah, sounds good, Alan. And they found that they needed a really small hook and a real light line. They were using like number 6 hooks, and I'm using a 1/0. And so they found that they found where the proper placement was of the bead and the right weight.
So my hook and bead were too heavy, and it was floating on the bottom, and theirs was rising right into the strike zone. And so I switched gears up and I started getting them. And so sometimes, man, you know, it pays to get to know local fishermen, because I only caught the one steely before that, and I caught it on a float, just like I'm doing here, and I was running a spawn sack through, and I got lucky. And but I mean, they were there, and I was just throwing endlessly, and I'm not getting them, and I was getting frustrated. I'm like, why? Well, the bead I was using was not floating in the right area. They were using big beads, 14 to 20 mil, small hook, light line, so it would float up just in the right area. Everything else would be too heavy, and then it would be right on the bottom, and you would miss that perfect little 1 foot high strike zone. Something's messing with the float. Got him. Got him. Got him. Got him. This is a heck of a day, y'all. This is fish number 11 coming in. I knew it was going to be an amazing fishing day. Oh, this guy's out in the current, so it's taking a little more to get him in. Oh, he's got some attitude. He's got some attitude. He does not want to come in very easy. Or you're just in time to watch the fish come in, or oh, yeah, nice looking fish. All similar sizes. Oh, handsome fish. He's not giving me too much of an attitude yet, so I'll just bring him right on in. All right, buck. Lucky fish number 11, man. Well, will you stay in the net so you stop hurting yourself? You gotta just relax. I'm gonna let you go, but you're gonna hurt yourself if you keep doing this. You're gonna hurt yourself. I'm trying to let you go. I know you don't understand, but I am. I'm gonna try to let you go. Can I show people you real fast before we go? Can I show you real fast? I show the people. Chunky monkey here. It's a female. Hi guys, I'm a littler female. I got a big belly though. I feel like I got eggs forming in me. Woohoo! Fish number 11, guys. Sky blue fishing. We be slamming. We be jamming. I'm getting hungry. I'm getting thirsty. But the fish are biting, and so I'm ignoring. All right, all right, all right. All right, all right, all right. Woohoo! God, you got to see it, Orp. That's fish number 11. Nice beauties like that today. Been fun all day of slamming. All day of jamming. I think that's 11 on the live too. I got 2 more before that. We're going on 13, man. It's been one of them days. This might be my record trout. I never keep track, so I don't know. But it feels like it. It's definitely a big trout day. I've never caught this many big trout in one day. Never caught this many big trout in one day. That is for sure. Hope everyone's having a good weekend. Uh-oh. We got us a fish. We got us a fish. Must say my bobber's gone, guys. It's like, dude, where's my bobber? Dude, where's my bobber? That's what I was going to say. I was like, Orp, where's my bobber? Orp, you see my bobber? Heck yeah. We've been slamming them.
This is fish number 12 on the live that coming in. Holy moly, this fish is giving me some tood, guys. This fish does not want to come in. Oh yeah, that's a chunk. That's a chunk. Oh, that's a big one. That's a big girl. She's big fish. She's big fish. She the nice fish. Oh, whoa, there goes that fish. Peeling out of here. Peeling some drag like there's no tomorrow. Come on, baby. Oh, you don't want to do this. Oh, no, I don't. Oh, no, don't. Oh, no, you don't. It wants to take some drag. It's a dragger. Wow, that's a big fish, man. Yeah, you are. You're a chunk. Wow, that's hard to lift. That's a chunk. You're a chunky monkey. You're big chunky son. Big chunks. Use chunks. You're one of them goonie fish, huh? Hey, you guys. Use a goonie fish. Holy, big fish. Big fish. Let's go show everybody big fish.
Looks like you were crushing them this morning.
Yeah.
What's the biggest one you caught? That's a big fish.
This is a big fish here. This is almost about as big as I caught today. It's a couple pound fish. Yeah, she's a female. She's a big one. I got the YouTube going. Let you know. You're on live. People are listening. Say hi, everybody. Yeah, it's 12 fish so far on the live, and I caught 2 more, so 14 altogether. Big beauties like this. Oh, you take care, guys. Kept 2 of them that got hooked real bad. But most of them I could let go. Yeah, just one. You guys eat fish, I'm more than welcome to give you one. It's up to you guys, but you can take a fresh fish home with you if you want. Something to think about. Check with the wife. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
How far down are you fishing in the bobber?
Yeah, right now it's probably about 4 foot total. So I got a slip bobber, so it drops, so then the weight will drop down, and then this will, the weight hits the bottom, and then this goes along. And so when I hold the line, I can feel this weight hitting over here, and then right about here it stops hitting. So it's probably about 4 foot deep out there, would be my guess. Yeah. You too. Have a safe journey. Got to get another worm on, guys. We'll go for another fish or 2 more, and then we'll call this one a day. There's other fishermen here that I think would like my spot. I've been holding this spot captive for long enough. Yeah, that's a beautiful trout, huh? That's a beautiful one. It's been a gorgeous day of fishing, man. Gorgeous day of fishing. Couldn't ask for anything more. Gotta sit down and eat some strawberries. It's been such non-stop action, really, to be honest with you guys. Oh, yeah, be driven. I love it. I love sharing, man. It's one of my favorite things to do. We have this little park in the center of our town. It's not the center of town. It's the north part of town. But it's called Headwaters Park, and it's where another entrance of the Sacramento River starts. The water that leaves this lake is called Sacramento River. And so there's one part where it comes in, and then there's another part right here where I'm at where it comes in. But the other part where it comes in is it's a cold water spring. It's a massive one. And so it's in this big park called Headwaters. And so we get together on Sundays. A lot of people do, and play music and gather and dance and celebrate life. So I bring a lot of produce that I grow, and I offer it, and I just give it away. Last year I gave away probably about 800 pounds of really amazing stuff. There was a time where I dug up, the end of the season was there, so I dug up all my little carrots
and it had like little 1-inch carrots that were, a little thicker than a pencil. And I'm like, oh, part of me was thinking about bringing them to the compost, but I'm like, oh, I'll just clean them all up and offer them. I'm like, so somebody may want them at the park. And there was a couple families there who had some little kids that were like, oh, I did get a hit, and they did take my bobber. I took my worm. They had these little like 2-year-old kids, and so the little 2-year-old kids kept going up and getting the little baby carrots, and they were just eating them all day long. And it was just a real happy feeling because I looked over and I watched these little kids just munching those carrots, and I'm like, I grew those carrots, and I wasn't sure who was going to eat them because I was like, this is too small for an adult to want to eat. But for the little kids, oh, it was perfect. It was like, that's a big handful for a little 2-year-old. I'm incredibly gifted at growing, so I can excel really well at whatever plants I choose to put my mind to grow. And so I was like, might as well. I thought about it last spring, and I was like, how can I help the community around me? And I was like, I'll grow a bunch of food for people. And it was a great feeling. I have a friend who's kind of an acquaintancy guy, but he's from Tibet originally. I don't know what Asian culture is exactly, but he spent a lot of time in Tibet. And so I grew a whole bunch of parsnips. Gave them to a bunch of people last year, and he was so happy for them because he was like, oh, in the Himalayas, we eat parsnips a lot, and a lot of the other people weren't sure what they were, but he's like, oh, he was so excited. He was going to make a bunch of different cool things with the parsnips. My daughter really liked them. I was one of my first times really cooking with them a lot, and I really enjoyed them too. Parsnips the way to go. Hey, hope you're doing well today, Fishy. Having a good day, brother? I've been slamming. I've been fish catching machine today, Fishy. I think I got 12 on live and 2 more before that. It's been definitely right in the personal best amount of fish that I've caught for big fish. I've caught a bunch of little dudes before. These are all 2-pound fish plus, 16 to 20-inch fish. Not a small one in the bunch. But I can feel it. My wrist is starting to tell me that's about it, man. I've been out here every single morning putting in 2 to 4 hours a morning in, man. I think I'm up to like 45 fish caught in 7 days, man. Uh-oh, that fish bit. Holy moly. Wow, I did not expect that. That was bizarre. I just decided to pull my bobber back in, and I pulled it in, and like the second I did it, the fish must have decided he was going to bite. But we got a fish on. We got us a fish on. Oh, we got us a fish on. Yeah, this fish is heavy feeling. Oh yeah, he hasn't given me no tune yet. That's why. Oh, there he goes. There's his attitude. Wow, this is a beautiful fish. This is a boy. This is the first time I've caught a boy in a bit. This is the first boy I've caught in a bit. But nothing but hens. Oh, you come back here, boy. Let's show everybody how pretty this boy is. Let's show everybody the boy. Oh, you're the skinnier boy with a beautiful red stripe on you. You have a gorgeous red stripe. Yeah, and you got yourself, didn't you? Yeah. Where's this hook at? Oh. Yeah, this guy might have got hooked a little too rough. Let's see if we can get him free, guys.
Oh, yeah, I know, buddy. Oh. Yeah, he's up too bad, guys. Yeah, I got a few good ones today. Yeah, I got some real big ones here. Oh, yeah, this guy's going to have to stay. He got himself too hooked. He's a little too hooked. Yeah, real pretty trouts. Yeah. You see, we got some real big ones here on the line. Real big ones. Yeah. I got my YouTube on, so I'm doing YouTube lives, just let you know. So people can hear my voice. They may be able to hear your voice. All right, let's see if that fish can make it, guys. Let's see if that fish can make it. Woohoo! Fish on, guys. Let's see if that guy can survive. Well, a couple more, maybe one more good fish, man. And I think I'm running out of mojo here, guys. Gotta eat me some strawberries or something, man. I need to pep up. Where are my strawberries? Here's my strawberries. My fresh strawberries. Fresh strawberry container. Picked those last night. Amazing, fresh, beautiful berries. Got to keep the energy going. Let's go catch a beauty, shall we? Let's go for one last big monster fish, everybody. Monster fish. Come on. Let's do a monster fish and we'll call it quits. Yeah, I'd love to give you a bunch of strawberries too, Cindy. I get so many strawberries. I mean, wow. I love them. I love them. I love my strawberries, though. Nobody gives Dark Helmet to raspberry. I'm not sure if you guys watch Spaceballs much. But may the Schwartz be with you. The Schwartz. Well, I got one more good fish in me. Then my wrist says, you gotta stop, Blue. I do my best to listen to my body. When I was younger, I didn't. You know, you have to work and you just have to push yourself because whatever's calling your name that day. As I've gotten older, my body is a really good indicator of it. It starts telling me, hey, I don't really like what you're eating there. I got too much indigestion. I got too much mucus that it's making me build up. And the pain, same deal. It'll be like, all right, man, I'm hurting. You got to be done. And so my left wrist will start like telling me, I'm kind of tired. I'm kind of tired of reeling. Nice gentleman next to me, been catching them. They're on the other side of the water. Been very respectful. Never know. Anglers come around. Never know. Like maybe they're just going to intrude and just come on in and want to do what they want. Take your spot. You can always tell the character of a person when they walk up on somebody else fishing. You know, they get a little disappointed. You can see it out by reading their body language that they wanted that spot you're in. But how do they handle it? You know, they handle it with grace, dignity, you know, and then go on to their plan B, or do they try and squeeze you out and they try to fish over you and do all this weird stuff without even talking to you? They just crowd you. You can always tell a lot, like I said, by when someone approaches you, whether or not they have a good moral compass, whether they've got ethics, and they're brought up to care about others, or if it's just, I'm here to take what I want and I could care less if you're there fishing. There's a lot of those old cats up in Oregon, Southern Oregon, and it gets real tough fishing up in those neighborhoods, man. Because I'll be like this, where I've been here all morning, I got here nice and early to have the spot, and they'll come out and they'll just cast right over me. And I've been fishing this thing for 50 years, they'll say. And you're like, buddy, well, that fish may decide he wants out of here. Can you get out of here? I let him sit in the net for a few minutes, decide whether he's got the mojo to make it. Yeah, it's public waterways, so nobody owns it. You know, nobody has the right to like dictate their way of doing it, impose that, if you will, over the public fishing. But it unfortunately happens a lot. I get tired of it. There's a few places I love to fish up in Oregon, but I just really won't go there until I have that tough exterior put on where I can just handle the rough attitude. I find myself getting pissy. Fishing should be about, well, for me, and a lot of times, a lot of people, it's about relaxation and having fun and connecting with nature and getting out, being with nature. Oh, can you do it? You decide. You decide, Buck. That fish got out of the net, so I'm going to decide, see what it can do. I didn't want to take him. He's a little smaller boy. He's not bleeding anymore. He's just a little stunned. I think he'll be all right. I think he's just going to take a couple minutes. You leave these fish, let them belly up here. Osprey will come and get you. Osprey will come and get you fast. Is that right, Tail Flappy? Come on, big fishes. One more big fish is my wish. One more big fish is my wish. I got a baker's dozen. Oh, that fish is flip-flopping, and he's thinking about it. And he's not sure. He's not quite sure. He's sitting on the bottom, which I don't like. Where are you going? Come on. Can you make it or not? No, I don't think you can make it. I don't mind. He did lose a little bit too much blood. All right. Yeah, one last fishy, Cindy. Appreciate you being around, Cindy. People like you that make it all worthwhile. I was just thinking, I watched Fishy Things do that great live. I mentioned it earlier, Cindy, that I sat in his live for probably like almost 4 hours yesterday. And it was just great. And I was like, oh, I might as well do the same thing. I might as well just do a nice long live and show people me slamming some trout. You're a good example, Fishy. Fishy Things is a good example of what a young man like myself should grow up to be like. So I said, hey, tomorrow's going to be a good fish catching day. Why don't I bring a little extra food? Just do a nice live. It's been great. Lots of good folk coming in to say hi. So it was nice getting to know Fish Tut, get to talk to him.
I like how the fishing community expands. A lot of the overseas people, it's just odd timing when Burko comes on and stuff like that. I'm bed bound, and I'm like, oh, it's time to get out of here. And so I don't get to be so active. I'm usually socially quiet by then too, because I'm ready for quiet time. Heck yeah, fish stuff. It's been great, man. Heck yeah. Yeah, the weather was rough. I didn't see you doing much, and then I saw Fishy was on yesterday, and I was like, yes, Fishy's on. And I missed everybody. I took about a month hiatus, did some other work and all that stuff. And you never know. You never know how it is. And the communities we're virtual friends, and so you never know if it's a real friends or what. But then a bunch of people, Release was like, man, I miss seeing your lives. Chaos was like, man, I miss your brother. Fishy said the same thing. And so it was great encouragement. It was like, you guys care. You really do like me. You like me. You really do like me. And so I said, hey, time to fire up the YouTube again. For me, it's about fun and pleasure. And I started really hanging out at any fin as possible. And I was chatting with ATCs and everybody's. And I was like, man, I got to show these guys the fish I catch, so they actually can believe me that I'm not some blowhard that's just talking out my behind. So 80% of starting the channel was that. Let me show everybody. And I had to try to find a beautiful balance with fishing not becoming work for me, because it's my respite, it's my relaxation, it's my spiritual getaway. It's all that stuff combined, and it's a good source of how I feed my friends and family. And so I didn't want to damage that. I didn't want my motivation to change. And I noticed doing live can change your motivation. You feel this pressure to catch a fish. When you get a line snag, or you break a line and you got to re-rig it, you're under this pressure to get it done fast. I feel like a NASCAR pit crew. I'm like, re-rig myself as fast as I can. Get back out there. Oh, I appreciate that, Fish Stuff. Appreciate that, buddy. I've been doing this. I think I started going live maybe 3 months ago or so. Yeah. And I worked it pretty good for a couple months. And I took about a month off, and I had to do a lot of other business. I like to be a good host. I've watched a whole bunch of lives for a while, almost a year now. And so I kind of got a feel for what I enjoyed. And I watched some people that just turn on their camera and they have their fishing rig set up, but they don't engage people. And I noticed that didn't work out very well. Heck yeah, Cindy, I appreciate that. I had some spiritual brothers years ago that were telling me, "Oh, you need to go do some talks. You need to lead." And I know I'm really good at a lot of things I could do like that, being in the forefront. But I'm a little shy, and I'm a little bit of an introvert, so I have to gear myself up. But I'm a collector of stories. In our native tribe, the storyteller was a very important person in the tribe. Storyteller was vital. They had this guy named the Twisted Hair, and the Twisted Hair was a traveling storyteller. And he was a very, very, very amazing person. Yeah, I can imagine that sub for sub would. And so I remember how the Twisted Hairs were. And so they were a traveling person who didn't belong to one particular tribe. And so he would go around, and he'd be welcomed by a new tribe, and they would throw a big feast for him. The Twisted Hair, it was amazing. and they had a little bit of hair that they would have right on their forehead that they would have in a twist. Sometimes they would paint these two yellow lines going up and down on their forehead, and so they were storytellers. And so they would come to your village, and they would have grand stories of achievements, of success. And sometimes when there's no food or water to be had way back then, when there was no food or water to be had way back in the old days, a story could give you faith. It could make you believe that there's food coming. And so the people that were storytellers, it was their job to be very accurate. Don't play that children's game of telephone where the story changes every time it gets told. Stories need to be the same. And so you need to, have a kind of like remembering song lyrics. You got to remember the lyrics the way they are, not the way you want them to be. You didn't write the song, and somebody else's song, so remember it exactly the way it's done. Yeah, you do a darn good job fishing. So I think that's a lot of what it's about. Is you got to have that engagement, And I've always been one of those storytelling guys in the old native ways. I would have loved to be a twisted hare, and so your stories can give people strength. They can give people hope. They can give people dreams when they may not have had a dream themselves. So storytellers are a beautiful, beautiful part of the world. In our world now, it's so commercially driven that a lot of stuff like that, the dreamers, the prophets, the storytellers, they're not often, the first to succeed. They have to really push it to make it happen. Heck yeah! So yeah, I watched a few that where people just, oh yeah, I gotcha. I got that fish. I got him. Oh, I got that fish. This will be the final one, guys. I think my wrist is telling me I got to be done. That's a final fish. I'm thinking this is lucky fish 14, Cindy. If I'm not mistaken, this is fish 14 on the live. Fish 16 for the day. Oh, this is a big fish. He got attacked by a bird or something. He's got a mark on him. Oh, he's got a nice mark on him. He got something, or she maybe, I can't tell. Wow, what a beautiful fish, y'all. Beautiful fish to end the live on. Man, this has been great. Oh, and you didn't make it, did you? No, that bucky's still in there, so I got to deal with that. That boy fish didn't survive, so I got to process him. Got to get this. Whoa, this fish is not happy. Oh yeah, this fish got attacked by a bird. It looks like at one point. Got talon marks on his body. Ooh, that's a big fish. Wow, that's a big fish. This fish might be coming home too, because it looks like the hook might be a little swallowed. Oh no, that hook might be right there. Whoa, wow, that's really big. That hook is in your bone, brother. Wow. Yeah, oh, I know that hook is in there, home slice. Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm trying, but I don't know about this. I mean, you hooked yourself like I would. Well, I did it. I did the hook set. I set that hook like you wouldn't believe. There it is. You're out. This is a chunk. Another beautiful hand. All right. Oh boy, it's a big fish, y'all. About the same size as that last. Oh, you relax. Same size as the last big chunks. Look at her. Look at this. Right here, you can maybe see it. It's got a couple big marks on his back where it looks like a bird got to him.
Say hi, fish. Lucky fish number 14. I'm out. Woo! Slippery girl. All right, love you, big girl. You gonna give me some food? I'll hold you in the net for a minute until you can think about it. All right, y'all. We did it, man. Yeah, serious about fish stuff. There were some marks on that boy. There were some marks. There were some marks on that one. Well, man, 3 hours and 20. Rocking. Yeah, that's probably about right. About 5 males, 9 females. That's what it looked like. Would make sense to me. Cindy, I appreciate you. Fish tough. It's been amazing getting to know you, talking to you. I'll come check out your channel. I thought I heard people say you do lives, so I'll come try and join you. Click on the notifications, catch you on one of your lives. Fishy things. It's always a pleasure, buddy. You're a good man. Go take care of your fams. That amazing wife you got. Go do something good for Memorial Day weekend. Everybody who's around. Oh, all day tomorrow. Perfect, man. I got maybe one NBA game. Other than that, I got not much going on for my Sunday. Cool. All right, guys. Hey, you all take care of yourself. Be good humans. And I'll see you all on the next one. Cool. New music video. We'll do that, bud. Yes, I will. Fish Tough. Appreciate you. Take care, everybody. Bye now.